Yo, what is going on, everybody? This is your boy Sean, aka Stay Puff 1983, and I'm here with another episode of Chatting with the Comic Community. And today's topic is pretty simple: new comic books return. That's right. On May 20th, which is a Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, there'll be a new comic book day. Comic books will be available in the comic shops. So I figured we just go over the books that's coming out this week, what we're interested in, you know, and see what type of conversation comes out of it. So far I have nobody backstage. I sent out links to the show, so if anybody's willing to jump on, you can jump on. But otherwise, for right now, I'm just gonna do this solo. And what's up, Perry, Mr. Lurker? What's going on? Um, hey, Fuchsia, since you're here, I'm gonna show the books that I got for you. What's up, JB? So I went to the shop today. I went to Coliseum Comics in the Fashion Square Mall area, and I picked up a few books, and most of it is these Green Arrow books that I am hunting for future only. And I got quite a bit. You know, got issue 26. Glare. It's a nice cover too. Got her issue 33. '34. These are all the Mike Grell run that she's looking to complete her Green Arrow run of Mike Grell, the Black Arrow saga. Yeah, a lot of them. I could have gotten more. I'll probably go back later in the month, by the end of the month, snag up a couple more. Here's a nice one, issue 39. Issue 50. Hey, no problem. No problem. Oh, look at that Bill and Ted. Focus Journey. Issue 54, another dope cover. Issue 56. And issue 57. So yeah, those were the Green Arrows I picked up for her at Coliseum Comics. Like I said, they got a lot more. So I'll probably head over there by the end of the month and see what else they got. But and I also picked up maybe a few books a month, just a few books. I got a back issue of Savage Dragon, issue 27. Surprised I didn't have this before. Will You Marry Me cover. And I got this for Ghostbusters issue 14. I didn't have this variant. It's the Nightmare on Elm Street Dream Warriors variant. Only with Slimer in the place of Freddy. And then issue 50 of Red Sonja, they had it there, so I snatched that up. And I got this dollar comic of Batman 567, Mark of Cain. This is part of the No Man's Land. So that's pretty much all I got. So how's everybody's day? How's everything going? I know not a lot of people are active today, hence why it's just me today. All right, I look forward to y'all being jumping in. Thanks for that. But yeah, today I planned on going through the list of the new comics that are coming out this coming Wednesday. I figured I have the screen share. This is the League of Comic Geeks list of every book that's supposed to come out this coming Wednesday. The funny thing about it is there's no Marvel books coming out, physical at least. And that's because Marvel last week and this coming week, they released their books digital only, and that they're going to do the physical releases the 27th. So we won't get in-store comic book books until the 27th of May. So yeah, no Marvel comics at least until another week. But anyway, the books that are coming out this week, you have Wonder Woman issue 755, Four Horsewomen Part 1. Gunther, War Master has assembled her four horsewomen, and now she's out for Wonder Woman's blood. Plus, Diana is on the trail for the sins of the Amazon. I haven't read Wonder Woman since 750. You know, I mean, I'm a sucker for anniversary covers, so I pretty much picked it up. But I read it, and there were some good stories in it, But I have not read it since then. But this sounds pretty interesting. The Four Horsewomen. We all know the Four Horsemen, but the Four Horsewomen, that'd be interesting to check that out. So I might skim through the book when I go to the shop. Let's go back. Got Red Hood Outlaw, issue 45. That book's still going. Is Scott Lobdell still writing it? Yep. Scott Lobdell's still writing that book. I feel like he's been on Red Hood forever, since New 52. I'm surprised Outcast is still going. Issue 45. I kind of dropped that series like after issue 12. It was just so slow moving. Like there were certain elements I liked about it. The whole possession and exorcism and stuff like that. But it just took forever. It's like 6 issues could have been done in like, I'm talking about 6-issue storyline could have been done in like 2 to 3. It just dragged out for so long. And by the time we got to an issue where he finally went in that room, which I think was 12, it wasn't really much of anything. So I was like, all that build up to see what's in the room, and it wasn't really much that you thought of that it was going to be in there. So I kind of fell off that book after issue 12. So I'm pretty surprised that it's still going. Deadly Class. I've been reading that in trade. I still enjoy reading the trades of this, and I can't wait to read the next trade because I love me some Deadly Class. It's one of my favorite reads. I wouldn't say it's as strong as the earlier years, like I would say like the first 20 something issues, but it's still a pretty solid book. But like I said, this character, when something had happened to him, I was like, wow, that was shocking. That they offed him. But then when he came back, I was like, what? So it was quite interesting to see how they brought him back into the fold. So it'll be interesting to see how this Bone Machine story arc concludes. Of course, I'll get the trade. What's up, Javi? Just going through some new comics that's coming out this coming Wednesday. Since comic books will be released for the first time in over a month on New Comic Book Day. Let's see, Deceased Unkillables. I have not read this. I enjoyed Deceased. I enjoyed the miniseries on that. I just didn't feel like picking up another one. As much as I love Tom Taylor as a writer, and I enjoyed Deceased along with some of his other work, it's only so much you can buy, and that $4.99 price tag, you'd be like, nah, Deceased was $4.99. I don't want to get sucked into buying monthly $4.99 comics, even if it's a miniseries. So I just kind of passed on that. I'll probably pick up the trade and read it through there. I caught up on Birthright. The series still ain't where it was when it first came out, and this is a sick cover too. I love the artwork in this series. Sup, Katroon? My shop is having a sale for their reopening. $1 back issues. That's awesome, bro. That is awesome. Dollar back issues. You can't go wrong with dollar back issues. They said they're going to give discount on new comics too. That's great. That is great. Oh, it's always great when your shop is giving discounts out. But I'm still enjoying Birthright. Like I said, it's not as strong as it was the first 20 something issues. But I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how the storyline builds up to issue 50. Superman's Pile, Jimmy Olsen, issue number 10. Monday Murder Meeting. This is the 12 issue maxi series. I haven't been picking this up. I thought of getting it, but I was like, I'm still trying to trim down my pool. I ain't trying to add more books to it. Jimmy continues his world tour, risking his life for more of your sweet retweets, likes, and faves. Plus, the mastermind behind Jimmy's assassination is revealed. An insidious secret he's willing to kill for will upend everything, everywhere, forever. Assuming by everything you mean. Cover looks pretty funny, though. I like that cover. Let's see what we got next. Plunge, issue number 3. It's a Black Hill House Comics. Or about to say Black Label. It is part of the Black Label, but I consider Hill House even separated from that. But yeah, I haven't picked up any of the recent Black Label Hill House books outside of maybe Dollhouse Family and Basket Full of Heads. Like I said, they pumping out so many. There's Dollhouse issue number 6. It's hard to keep up with all the books they're putting out. Do seem like they're trying to make Black Label and the Hill House, like their own branding of like Vertigo. That's why they ended Vertigo last year, because they knew Black Label was going to supplement it. It's not a bad read. I will pick up the Jimmy Olsen trade once it comes out. The series is funny. Yeah, I figured it'd be funny because it's Jimmy Olsen. These releases for next week. I haven't bought a book in almost a year, so lost track of new books. Yeah, these are May 20th. Books that's gonna come out May 20th. All the shops are gonna get their books from Diamond. So May 20th will be the first day that we had a new comic book day since the end of March. Since we went pretty much all of April with no new comics. It's Buffy the Vampire Slayer, issue 14. I think I stopped reading this around issue 5. No particular reason. I just, because I never added it to my pull. I just want to check it out. And normally I give a series like 3 to 5 issues. And while it was good, it just didn't keep my interest for me to keep buying it. And that's how comics are. Sometimes you gotta cut them loose. Red Sonja issue 15, Jay Lee cover. I've been enjoying this Red Sonja series a lot more than the previous one. Goon issue number 10. What else came in? I think our LCS never really closed per se, but probably handled books curbside. Yeah, a lot of them were handling curbside pickups, and I know my shop was doing shipping comics out, to people who wanted to get, back issues and statues and stuff. They had like discounts on that. That way, the shops can still be supported. Because a lot of the shops had closed. But yeah, it's still they still do curbside pickups, for people who don't want to come in. Let's see. Issue number 1. Oh, we got Stone Cold in the chat. What up, Steve?
What up, what up?
How's it going, man? You at work?
I'm at work, but I figured I could pop in and BS for a minute.
Hey, man, I'm just going through all the new books that's coming out this coming Wednesday.
Yeah, I saw you. I was like, damn, I haven't got a new book in so long. I don't remember the last one.
Yeah, I know. It's been over a month and a half.
Man, at least for me. I stopped to do Silver Age, so it don't matter,
Yeah. But I'm just going through some of the books that's coming out, what I'm interested in, what I'm not, and all that jazz. Like I know this is a new series, Ludocrats. Written by Kieron Gillen. If you read his work,
yeah, he's pretty good.
I was first introduced to him when he took over for Matt Fraction on his X-Men. That was when I first introduced to Gillian. So let's see here.
Damn, so he introduced a whole new book, huh? What else you got there? Shoot.
That was Zombie Trent.
Little Zombie Trent.
Oh yeah, and they got various covers for this.
Number 69, they probably do.
Yeah, it says special 69th issue, so you got those 69 covers out. My boy Savage Dragon.
Yeah, I like Savage Dragon. He's crazy.
Yeah, issue 248, the second longest running Image series out there. If it wasn't for a lot of delays and stuff, this series should be close to Spawn. Year Zero, issue number 1. Written by Ben Percy.
Got my little Winnebago.
No, it's a zombie apocalypse book. Yeah. Japanese hitman, a Mexican street urchin, an Afghan militant aide, a polar research science, and a Midwestern American survivalist. That's pretty interesting when you look at those characters in terms of what they represent.
Yeah, that's a real reality survivor.
Yeah, like let's put different people from different aspects of the world, and one of them is a hitman, and the other one is an Afghan militant. So that would be pretty interesting, the dynamic of those characters being together.
Yeah, I don't see that working out too well.
Yeah, but it'll be an interesting read. Zombie killer. Felt like I read too many zombie books. It's Heathen, issue number 12.
Yeah, that started a little while back.
Want Saga to return.
Yeah, it's been on hiatus a while, hasn't it?
About 2 years.
Man. You never stop something that's a hit.
Yeah, I guess they must have been really burnt out for them to take almost 2 years because they said it was supposed to be just a year.
Yeah,
Actually,
next time I talk to you, you're going to be saying, yeah, 5 years, just like the cover of the book.
Ghosted in L.A. Some of these books I missed out on.
Yeah, I didn't even heard half of them.
It's funny, there's no physical Marvel books. They'll be coming back on the 27th.
Yeah, that
This is probably IEW.
that digital stuff ain't gonna get it, man. They gotta give
That's,
us something to. They gotta give me something to hold and look at and bag and board.
yeah. I don't mind digital as a second option, but as like
Yeah,
if
like
it's
if you got a real hot
mandatory,
book, it'd be great.
yeah. But if it's like something that's mandatory, I'm like, nah. I like my physical.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's see, Doctor Who, the 13th Doctor, Year 2, Issue 4. I probably read a few Doctor Who's, but I'm not like the biggest Doctor Who fan. Like I never really got into it as much as a lot of people have. But there's certain aspects of Doctor Who I like. I think the most I've watched of it was during David Tennant's run.
Shoot, I've been watching Breaking Bad, and I never watched that, so everyone said it was good. Man, it's crazy as hell.
Yeah, that's so crazy.
Yeah, that's straight crazy, Sean.
Crazy. Dungeons and Dragons. Jim Henson Storytellers. Marvel Action Avengers 10. I'm guessing this is IDW or something. Man, look at Hulk though, man.
Hulk, yeah, that's brown Hulk. That's tan Hulk. Or orange Hulk.
He's trying to come up with all the Hulk colors.
Yeah, all the colors of the rainbow.
And they all ready to pounce on Captain America like he done did some horrible crime or something.
And he's throwing up that shield like it's going to block all them.
Hell no. Come on now.
He's going to get dogpiled.
Hulk will smash him alone. That shield ain't going to save him. Damn. They always doing Cap dirty. Electric Black. Missed out on this one.
That's a pretty interesting looking cover.
Yeah, I will read it.
Yeah, just from the way it looks.
Black Caravan.
Yeah, that's an interesting cover. Like it.
See, it's Scout Comics, so that's definitely more true independent.
Yeah.
That'll probably be something I have to order. I still haven't gotten what's his name? Jason Douglas book. The Parallel.
Oh, you didn't?
No, I haven't gotten it yet. I was gonna order it.
Order it?
I had ordered it through my shop. I had ordered it through my shop like 2 months prior to the shutdown. So I'm not sure if they still gonna get it. But I'll find out from them when I go there. Let's see what else we got. Life is Strange, Partners in Time, issue number 2. These are all the independent books. Kill Whitney Donovan. I know I've seen this Dark Horse book.
Kill Whitney Donovan.
As Atlanta burns around her, Anna finally tracks down and confront Whitney Donovan. I'm guessing that's him up there. Looks interesting. Disaster Inc. number 1. I saw Yusha says she loves Doctor Who. Oh yeah, I know. Is it my imagination or do the independents outweigh the bigwigs? No.
Yeah, to me right now they're doing as good or better.
Yeah.
For sure.
I think the independents, there's a whole lot of independent books not just Image and Dark Horse, but a lot of companies. Smaller companies, smaller press companies. They putting out a lot of.
but just look at the shows they're doing, Sean. Shit, they just did Lock and Key. They did Umbrella Academy. All these were, the little guys. The little guys ain't so little no more. They're writing. If your writing's good, you're gonna make it.
Yeah, and that's where these company, these Hollywood studios and TV productions looking towards the independent books.
Yeah, because they're well written. Lock and Key was good. Did you see that?
Yeah, I read that
I
too.
it. I mean,
I love.
I like that little kid. I love that little kid, man. He was like, he was ahead of all them, man.
Hey, we got
Academy, I like the little kid too.
We got the G-Man in the chat. Generation X Man.
What's up, Robert G?
Yep. Top Cow books too. Yep. Witchblade, Darkness, Artifacts, all the good stuff from Top Cow.
And I got quite a few of those books that were in that long box, Sean. Those Darkness and books like that. Bunch of them.
John Royal cover. That's nice.
Looks like Ex Machina, whatever they say, how they pronounce that. Looks like that type cover.
Mm-hmm. Judge Dredd.
Yeah, I like that, Sean. Know that's right up my hell yeah. Hell yeah, Dash all day. I don't know what he's got for shoulder pads, Sean. It looks like a freaking piece of a barrel. Hey, sometimes you gotta make do with what you got.
Zenescope books. God, I remember when I first saw Zenescope books, like probably in the mid to late 2000s. Before I stepped out of comic books, man, I was like, damn, these some provocative, sexy covers. That's all they were putting out back then. This one is nice though. I don't know if Dr. Moreau. That's a nice one there.
For sure.
Ginseng Roots.
Yeah, man. I watched the show that used to be out every year on ginseng. That's crazy, man. They sneak around and get that ginseng. They gotta guard it. It's crazy as hell. They get some big money for that stuff.
Yeah.
The Chinese want that ginseng because it tastes better for some reason. The stuff that comes from like West Virginia in the hills, they want that, boy, big time.
What's up, Comics on the Mind?
What's up, Kurt? What you not doing in here, man?
Yeah, I sent you the link, so you want to jump in whenever you want.
Yeah, because I could have to go at any moment.
I'm excited for this issue, man. I love this series. This cover is just beautiful.
Yeah, it's like art. See, that's kind of where they get me interested. It's got to be something that's nice and done well.
But the story is really good.
Then you get a good story with it. Then you got a keeper book.
I still need to pick up some trades of the other series. Shia's Life and others from Stranger Comics. Mm-hmm. This series is amazing. Can't wait to read that.
Vlad Dracula. You see the Spawn that California Blend did on a cover, on a comic book cover?
She posted that recently?
Yeah, she posted it like a day or two ago. The Spawn she did, it's pretty sweet, man. It's on a black cover.
No, that's the Venom.
Spawn.
That was the Venom.
I don't know why I said Spawn. I meant Venom, damn. Yeah,
I was about to say, yeah. I ain't seen no Spawn.
I'm surprised she didn't sell that so quick, man. I did see a Morbius on there.
Oh, I alerted you know who.
Yeah, he's in the chat. You alerted the one that needs to know, Mr. Robert.
Yeah, Niobe is awesome, Kirk. Great series. Let's get. Let me try and finish this before you leave. Look at this cover, man.
Crumble. My boy's like.
It makes you think of Men in Black. with,
Yeah.
with the dog, the pug. Yeah, they done busted his ass and he in the lineup.
I can hear my boy Skeletor. Not rumble, grumble.
Like savage bastards. Them savage bastards. Damn,
Damn.
that's a sick cover there. And she better point that gun and shoot him quickly.
Yeah, she better wield that gun a little bit up. That thing is.
I guess that.
Alien was saying.
Yeah, I guess that thing gives her the shocking reaction. Like, oh my god, I didn't know you were so tall.
Yeah, she's like that.
I've seen too many movies where people turn around and get they faces cut off and stuff. So, kill switch.
It's just so much stuff, man. All the stuff was building up, Sean, and then they want to put it all out. You know, you have to sort through what's good or not.
It's probably a good thing a bunch of Marvel ain't coming out until the next week, but we don't know how much is coming out next week.
Yeah, because all this competition here, man, shoot, you won't know what to get.
Yeah. Got Dragon Whisperer. So many independent books. That's why this right here, this is the week of the independents. You know, with no Marvel, I'll snatch up any independent books. Impact Theory. Let's see, Everglade. Yeah, you won't catch me in the Everglade.
Yeah, you ain't gonna catch me in knee-deep water like that out in the dark. Shit, Gator Central.
Yeah, man.
You see those red eyes, you better roll.
I ain't gonna be nowhere near the trees. Well, go back to Vlad. Looks cool. All right, let me go back.
Oh yeah, Katoon's right. Look at that, man. See, I'll get that.
It's the first issue, so definitely check it out.
First issue, and there's probably some variants to it too, Sean. I bet you.
I have the Midtown page up that shows all the variants. But yeah, that do look pretty cool. Vlad Drak 2 Impaler, son of the dragon, was a warlord. Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you for the. All right, Robert. See you, man.
All right, Rob.
Let's see where we use that. Cutting Edge, Siren Songs, issue number 1. And what are they running down the stairs?
Damn, I don't know, but whatever's happening, it's coming down.
It looked like the side of a mountain. That dude, he gonna fall over and die, or either that or get grabbed up. Let's see, Soulfire Exile. This is following Soulfire Volume 8, so can't just jump into this. It's Aspen Comics. Betty and Veronica. And them digests is gonna keep going.
They've been going on for as long as I can remember, Sean.
Archie Digest and
Archie
Jughead.
Digest. Yeah, all that. Hey, that's what my wife used to read. She loves those. She's got those up in the closet still.
So the only time I look through Archie books is when I was in the supermarket waiting for my mom to finish shopping. I'll go to the book section and read some Archie.
Hey, did you do like me, Sean, and try to slip stuff onto the belt and hope it got through without mom noticing? Like, like say
I'll put a magazine on there, like a wrestling or a video game magazine or something.
yeah, like that, or yeah, like or at least a Hot Wheel or something, just something. They always seem to notice that. How'd that get on there? I don't know, Mom.
Make way for the man. Oh Lord.
Damn. Jeez. My boy is straight freaking pumped, ain't he?
Too damn
He
pumped.
got to bust out that suit. He must have a stretchy suit on.
Published alongside the lavish, brilliant, restored, original, breathtaking story, Make Way for the Man, issue 138, which referred to the original comic. It's the first all new collaboration between Mark Wheatley and Mark Hempel in 20 years. I don't know, that cover's exaggerated.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
That's a lot of stuff, man. Shoot, pretty
Yeah,
much it.
A lot of independence. Yeah, man.
You ain't been to the comic shop? You been to the comic shop lately at all? I ain't been at all.
I went
go
today.
Next door a lot.
I went today to get Fuchsia's Green Arrow books out that she's hunting. So I brought a couple Green Arrow books for her.
Damn, that's awesome.
Yeah, because remember, she had sent me a Green Arrow book, and Soldier had sent me a book to get signed at the con. So with MegaCon being canceled, I figured I'd get ready to send them back to her and get some books to send.
Yeah, man. Remember, I was gonna get in that line and get an Elvira till I found out it was 200 people deep.
Yeah, that.
They would have had to wheel me through on a wheelchair to make it through that line. No way.
Shit, you might get special preference treatment.
I already had the Elvira book and everything. Remember, I had a boat bring me an Elvira book to get signed for. This damn virus sucks, man. I hate it.
Yeah, man. What can we do?
I reckon it is the worst virus ever to come on the planet. It just passed the bubonic plague. It passed the Spanish flu and all that because it's ruining my life. It's ruining our cons. Damn it.
Yeah. Just the only thing we can do is just stay safe and hope this shit blows over.
And hopefully that this calms down and all the cases go down.
Yeah,
because we're in summer. Hopefully the summer heat here burns it up in Florida.
They already talking about what happened when the fall and winter come next year. It'll pop back up. I'm like, hell no, man.
That's the bad.
Y'all better have some vaccine or something. Because I don't want
northern states.
I don't want this thing coming into next year saying I'm back and just ruining next year.
I'm back.
I don't need that.
Hey, we don't need a reoccurrence, for sure.
We don't have.
Go away.
Yeah.
Never come back.
Like I said, but I look at it, I'm like, damn, couldn't this shit come like 2 years ago or something? So this year we could have met everybody at the con.
Yeah. Come in 2021 and let 2020 get through, and then come right away. Stepping right out at freaking February.
Yep, that's when it really.
That's what I started really worrying was in February. I was like, damn, this damn virus needs to go away, and I thought it was, and then, more cases. I'm like, oh my gosh.
What up, Al?
What is up, Al?
If you're available, you can jump in. But yeah, this whole year was a wreck. But
hell yeah, man! I have so many. Man, I still got some AOKs to send out. Man, that was crazy. Man, I had some good ones put out. You know what I mean? Some good ones that handing them to somebody would have been a lot better. Like when I would have handed you that damn Spider-Gwen, you would have been like, "What the hell is this?" And then you seen the Ghostbusters at the bottom. You know what I mean? We missed that because of that dumbass virus.
Oh yeah, that would have been a Kodak moment at the con, the video. my
Hell yeah.
reaction to it. I'm like, what the hell is this Spider Gwen?
Hey
And, then
man, that took a month to put that together, Sean. I'm not kidding.
and you
To
went through a
get
lot to get it.
yeah, I had to bid against Chad RCG. We were battling for that book. I had to get it, so I told my wife. I said, "Hey, I'm getting this book. I don't care." So, and then I got it. She didn't care. Then I'm on with you and D-Runk, and he's got the freaking case. He's showing Spider Gwen. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember it.
He was showing the labels were Spider Gwen. I was like, after we got off the show and you got off, I said, I need that exact label, D-Runk. You don't even got to do nothing. Send me that label for and the case. And he sent it because it was for you. He sent it to me. He didn't charge me nothing. So
That's
that
awesome,
was
man.
really a dual little A-OK. That was a cool one though. I like that one. It was fun. I had fun getting that one because it's hard to get. It's hard to get the Ghostbusters, man. They don't put a lot of Ghostbuster stuff out, and you got a lot.
Matter of fact, I did get another book today. I got a couple books. I'll show you. Look at this Ghostbuster variant. You know what this is based on, right?
Is that's Slimer, right?
Yeah, it's Slimer. But what movie is this
I
based
know.
on?
I'm trying to think of where did I see this? Frick, they walking right up to shoot him in the face too. Slimer's about to get all them. What is it? I don't remember.
Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream
Is
Warrior.
it? Damn.
Yep, where
Okay.
they walking towards
So many
Freddy.
damn Nightmare on Elm Streets, man. I seen all those suckers though.
So I saw this there. I had to scoop it up.
Oh, yeah. You knew when you seen Slimer on the cover, you knew you was gonna get that.
Plus, I didn't have this issue for some reason. Issue 27 of Savage Dragon,
Damn, that's
the
a pretty
infamous,
nice cover.
"Will You Marry Me" cover. And then I saw a Red Sonja 50, and I snatched that up.
You snapped that up with that chain metal.
Yeah.
Hey, Varangian said he got him another copy of Red Sonja 24.
Yeah.
He's got 4 now. He's got 4. His book still ain't there, man. I sent it
That's
March
agonizing.
13th. March 13th, I sent off, and it still ain't there.
That's agonizing. If it ain't there, then that means the post office wrecked it.
No, they said that it's on a boat. That's what they told me, but I think they just telling me anything.
They probably wrecked it on the boat.
Hey, Varangian said, I checked, we don't have any submarines in the area. I said, you crazy boy. He said, you know what he told me? He said, we must hunt that Conan down. No Conan shall be lost.
No Conan.
He's killing me. I searched it yesterday, and it's still same status, in transit.
Yeah, that sucks. That's like when I was waiting on them basketball cards from him. And when he said they came back all messed up, I was like, God damn it, there was some good ass cards in there.
Hey man, I'm gonna have to look up my Knicks cards and see what I got. I know I got some bangers in there for real. I know I got some Patrick Ewings and I got some probably some John Stark and stuff. I don't know if I got Bernard King though. Bernard King is to me is the essential Knick. Bernard King.
It's a shame his career was so short.
Yeah.
That and the injury messed him up. I got his swingman jersey too. Got his swingman jersey. Oh yeah, and he could score 50 points without shooting the 3.
Yeah, 50 points with a smooth pull-up jump shot.
Yep.
You better block it. You don't
and
block it.
As much as I hated Jordan and the Bulls, you can't argue that Jordan's game was just on point, man. That dude could hit a shot from anywhere on the court. His fadeaway jumper was just sweet. As the term they say, my jumper is wet. What they say today. Look at that jumper. It's wet.
Yeah. His was, hey, and he had all kind of moves to go with it, and freaking, he had everything. He played D too. People don't realize how good it is. Hey, but one time they showed a video Sean, he had 5 fouls, and he hacked the dude. He almost knocked his whole arm off, and he said, "I didn't touch him." You know what he said to the ref? They didn't come to see you. I laughed so goddamn hard. He said, "They didn't come to see you. Remember that." He was right in his face, nose to nose.
Oh yeah.
I still haven't seen the series he's doing. I got to see that. I'm letting them all come out, and then I want to see them. I like to binge. I'll be watching them all.
That's 10
The
episodes
Last
straight.
Dance.
Yeah.
Have you seen them all?
Yeah, I've watched them all. The last 2 are tomorrow night.
So when those 2 get done, I'm going to go back and try to get them bam, bam, bam in a row.
Oh yeah. Trust me, nostalgia's gonna hit you so hard in the face watching it. And then I say Jordan is hilarious when it comes to him talking about it now. You know.
Yeah.
I know you've seen some of the memes with him laughing holding the tablet.
I have seen some. He's hilarious, man.
That was the whole thing with Gary Payton. That shit was hilarious.
Hey, they said, man, he didn't care who he was going against. If it was competition, he wanted to win.
Oh yeah.
He didn't care who it was.
And I felt sorry for anybody that slighted him. Even the slightest slight. Like when George Karl just walked past him at a restaurant, and Jordan, without shaking Jordan's hand, Jordan took that shit personal. I'm like, bro, you should have just stopped to shake the man's hand or something.
Hey, I remember what Larry Bird used to say. He said, "Jordan's going to get 60 points. We can't let no one else get nothing." That's how they saw that. He's going to get his points. We can't stop him. They all knew it. We can't stop him. So we just got to make sure that Sean and everybody else don't get their points, because if they get their points, we can't win. You know what
Exactly.
I mean?
That's why they swept them 2 years in a row. Because Jordan scored all the points, but nobody else did anything.
Yeah. Jordan's got 59. Jordan's got 63. And the rest of his team's got 2, 3, 4.
You might have one guy with 12 points, and the rest of them in single digits.
And that was Pippen, and that's because he got those off a rebound of Jordan missing.
Well, Pippen developed. At least he developed, because when he first came in the league, he got beat up by the Pistons pretty bad. You know, Steve, you there?
Yeah. He got
beat
for a big part.
Yeah, you froze for a bit. But, Pippen was beat up by the Pistons until he finally was able to conquer the Pistons by pretty much ignoring their hard fouls and just say, you know, I'm just going to do what I got to do.
Don't get out. Don't let them get you out of your game.
Exactly.
The thing is to win. Yeah, you have to. If you get mad, you can't play right. What's up, Big Remo?
Yeah, what's up, Remo? Samuel David, what's up? I'll never forget when Kevin Garnett got underneath Carmelo Anthony's skin. But that man said his wife was a Honey Nut Cheerio. I put some milk on that Cheerio. Melo's game was shot.
Melo blew up.
He only scored like 5 points. And then after the game, he waiting outside in front of the Boston Celtics bus, waiting on Kevin Garnett. I was like, bro, you let Kevin Garnett get into your mind. Your game completely stunk that whole night. I was like, come on.
You fell for the old banana in the tailpipe trick.
I was like, bro, if he called your wife a Honey Nut Cheerio, then say that's your Cheerio and take it to him.
Yeah. You can't, you already know they're talking trash on Bird. They said no one was worse than Larry Bird. Nobody. He's the worst shit talker there ever was.
He pissed Dr. J off. Had Dr. J want to choke him out.
How do you piss Dr. J off? Dr. J don't get at it. Nobody, but Bird was able to get Dr. J to swing on him. Hey, but Lambeer was the best I ever seen at getting under the skin, man. He was dirty, man.
Oh yeah, Lambeer was. That man fouled him, man. And then he like, what foul? I ain't foul. What are you talking about?
I did that, me? Please, lost the dude.
And then he was notorious for flopping himself.
Yeah. Hey, if you ever noticed, Sean, I swear to God, Lambeer didn't leave the ground on his jump shot. All he could
Nope.
do was tippy toe.
Nope, he never did. Every 3-point shot he shot, that man's feet barely jumped off the floor.
They're on his tippy toes. That's it. And he had
What's it-
Rick Mahorn as his backup muscle. You remember
That dude
Rick
knocked
Mahorn
people
was
out with
mean,
his
too.
screens.
Yeah, yeah, that was some. Yeah, but still, my favorite on the Pistons was my boy Vinny coming off the bench. The microwave. He comes in, he's shooting the first shot. If you go back and watch him come in the game, Sean, he shoots the first shot 100%. If he didn't get the first shot, he might just walk off the court and quit. Hey, man, that's my game. I come off the bench. I'm hot. I'm ready to go.
He's got to warm up, man. Like when you put something in the microwave, you immediately hit the number to warm it up.
Yeah.
He got to warm up.
Yeah, he's got to get going.
Yeah.
He was good too, man. He scored.
Oh yeah. That whole team was good, man.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, all those teams were all, all of them were essential.
You ain't got to go back to work now, do you?
I'm at work actually. I'm just when I did my work early, so they got another guy doing some work, and they'll call me if they need me.
Oh, okay.
If my phone goes off and I go blank, they called.
I was about to say, I thought you was like on lunch or something, and you had time set to get back to work.
Nah. I'm actually just sitting in my truck BSing, which is awesome because I worked all morning.
Awesome, man. Here's what Remo said. Vinny was Steph Curry off the bench.
Exactly. Hey, but I asked Remo, does he remember, what was his name? Was the guy that used to see, I don't think it was Gus Johnson. World Be Free. Remember World Be Free? Do you remember him, Sean? I bet you Remo will. Yeah, he will shoot the ball from half court. There was no shot that he didn't think he could make. World Be Free. Change his name to that.
World Be Free or Mother World Peace? I'm thinking of the Mother World Peace.
Yeah, you're talking about yeah, not him. I know Remo will know because Remo will be like,
Remo
I
probably
remember World Be Free.
The name is kind of throwing me off. I'm like,
he played in the ABA.
Oh, okay. So yeah, he was on the Warriors.
Yeah, he was on the Warriors. He was good, man. He can make that shit now. I'm telling you, that red, white, and blue ball they used to shoot. They used to crack me up that ball.
Yeah, man. I when you watch some ABA highlights, man, you're like, damn, some of that shit was exciting,
Hey, but I'm like you, Sean. You had Jordan beating the Knicks. Man, I was a Spurs fan. The goddamn Lakers owned the Spurs. They might as well work for free.
But y'all got championships, man. It didn't matter if y'all lost to the Lakers. When y'all beat the Lakers, you guaranteed to win the title. We ain't win shit, man.
Yeah, they had, but we didn't have nobody. We had Artis Gilmore. We had who else did we have? We had Johnny Moore. He was like the point guard. But if Gervin wasn't scoring 30, 40 every time, it was the same thing.
When it comes to the Spurs back in those days, Gervin was the best player, and y'all had one season where y'all faced the Lakers in the conference championship. I remember the highlights of that, and Gervin and Johnson was going back and forth. That was like they were going at it.
Yeah. Magic Johnson was just, dude. He was 6'9" point guard. What do you do with that? What do you really? What can
you can't
do with
defend
a 6'9"
him.
point guard?
And then his pass in the building is like. That's like double.
Oh,
and then he can score.
I see you behind me wide open, Sean. There you go. I didn't look at you, but I know you're open. I counted these guys, and there can't be no one right where Sean's at. He was good, man. Magic Johnson made that team.
And then he played what? In Game 6 against the Sixers, he played center when what's his name was out? Kareem was out, and he played center, scored 42 points. That man can play any position on the floor.
He said, "Oh, you think Kareem could? I could shoot a sky hook." He had his own version.
The sky hook is what beat the Celtics in '87.
Yeah, you remember when he took that across that lane and made that sky hook? I was
Yep,
like, God
against
dang.
Kevin McHale.
Yeah, hey, and smiled the whole time. He knew he was going to get it. He knew where he was going, and he knew it was going in. Nothing
Yep,
worse than
the
that.
iconic
You
shot.
can't do nothing about it.
But like earlier, I was saying about the Spurs beat the Lakers. I'm more referring to the Tim Duncan era because
You're the later with Ginobili and Duncan and
that
Robinson and all
that
them.
I wish that was my Knicks team, man. I wish the Knicks had that
That was
organization
a good
and
team.
not what the fuck we got with James Dolan and bullshit we had to deal with for 20 plus years.
Yeah,
Because
man.
the Spurs dynasty started by beating us in '99 when we miraculously made the finals with Sprewell and Houston. Spurs win their
Yeah.
first championship, and ever since then they've been championship contenders for 20 years.
Yeah, they had the Admiral, and then they drafted Duncan, and they didn't know how good he was going to be. And he was freaking good.
The big
Then they
fundamental.
got Ginobili, and they added what's his name, the point guard,
Parker.
Tony Parker. I mean, that he was almost unguardable off the dribble.
Yeah.
He caused a lot of trouble, man. You can't
And I
just
could.
leave shooters around.
Oh my God. The Knicks are the Browns of basketball. That is sad to damn say. To compare us to the Cleveland Browns, and we didn't even move out of New York. I mean, at least before Cleveland moved out of Cleveland, they were a good team. Outside of maybe a couple of bad years with Belichick, in the '80s, the Browns were stout. You know, you watch them
Yeah, they were
'80s
pretty
Browns
good.
team; they were really good. They just couldn't beat John Elway. But
Yeah,
man,
that drive killed him. That fumble, your boy
that
fumble going
fumble was
across the
murder.
goal. That fumble killed them, man. They would have won that game.
Yeah, that fumble was murder. That killed the city. Killed the city, man. Always something wrong when he will far exceed expectations because he was so good. Yep. '60s Browns.
Yeah, he's talking about when they had Brown running for him.
Damn, man, that hurt though. The Knicks are the Browns of basketball, and the Browns ain't been relevant since they came back in what '99.
No, because didn't when they sold their team, wasn't it Baltimore? Where
Yeah,
they
they went to
went?
Baltimore and they won a Super Bowl.
Like immediately.
That,
Like they changed the jersey, Sean, and everything was right. They got Ed Reed, they got everybody on that defense, and then I mean, all they had to do was, like you said, turn it over a lot and score here and there. They didn't have to score all the time.
the
You got a
Browns are
great
the
defense.
Clippers pre Steve Ballmer. Oh man, I agree, man. James Dolan has ran us into the toilet. I'll go back and relive the '90s Knicks getting beat by Jordan every year than what I've been through the last 20 years. That like I said, just a Knicks fan that suffered for 20 years, man. 20 years. We couldn't win it in the '90s because Jordan was the Niners, and even when we broke through, we lose to the Dream. We lose to the Dream.
There was good teams everywhere in them days.
I know,
man.
right?
All
We
your
struck.
rounds were rough.
If we wasn't losing to Jordan, we was losing to the Dream in the finals. We lost to Reggie Miller, who was just torching us, and then we had to deal with the Miami Heat for 4 years. We beat them 3 years, but still, it was a grind of a series.
Yeah, when you don't get an easy series, it ends up taking its toll later on.
Yeah.
When you have to use all that energy, and everything to get there, and it's 7 games. Yeah, not good.
And that was the '90s basketball rivalries. That's what I miss about basketball. Ain't really no strong rivals today, especially when it comes to the hatred.
Yeah, there ain't no. They just let easy baskets now. Oh, if they break away, you can't touch them. Shit, back in the day, you broke away. Your ass about got a broke back if you wasn't looking. If you didn't get to that damn rim and hold on.
You got point guards today going to the basket dunking on big men. Like, come on, man. Let Russell Wilson drive to the basket against the Pistons or the Celtics or the Knicks. Bro, he be on his ass 90% of the time. He will stop running to the basket.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to go in there.
No. That's big men territory. We dominate the paint. You stay outside and shoot. Or feed the big man the ball, because that's what they supposed to do. Back when it was all about the big men. Heat was tough for the Knicks. Yeah. We had to battle them every year, and that took a lot out of us. It's all patty cake.
Damn sure is.
And you know what I just rewatched? I rewatched the Alonzo Mourning Larry Johnson fight. Them guys couldn't connect on a blow. If you put a target in front of them, they probably whiff on it. But the funny thing about it was Jeff Van Gundy just clinging on the Alonzo's leg.
Yeah, getting drug around.
That was the funniest moment. And then he getting up all mad like he's ready to fight. I'm like, that's why I love when he said, when they asked him what was going through your mind. He was like, well, if I'm on Alonzo's leg, nothing was going through my mind. I just reacted. Because he wasn't thinking straight.
No, that was not a good place to be. He was down at the bottom. He was in to get kicked.
Well, you've been seeing the Tyson training.
Hell yeah, I saw it. Yeah. Hey, Tyson looked like lightning fast, like your ass better still not mess with him. He ain't old enough yet.
I still wouldn't want to get hit by him at his age, even now.
No. Nope.
Shit, that training session looked like after a couple of punches to the gut, but I'm tapping out like that dude in the video. Like, nah, bro. You couldn't pay me $1 million to get in the ring with Mike Tyson.
Hey, Tyson says in the video, I'm back. Hey, Sean, you see the video, boy? He's ducking and moving it. Pow, 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 pow. All the punches look fast. All that don't matter. Can you take them?
Exactly.
Can you take a punch? That's where the champion's made. Who's the toughest?
That's what the Focus 1984 Tyson looked like. He looks like a killer.
He's right.
He looks like a killer.
Yeah, moving. His ass moved. He didn't get hit coming in. No, your ass was going to have to time him. You weren't going to just, he wasn't walking in, you know what I mean, with his hands like this and throwing hard. No, he was hard to hit, and he made your ass pay when you missed.
God, the amount of knockouts he had on motherfuckers, man.
Yeah. Hey, Sean, if you swung and missed, you probably should just go ahead and go, okay, sleep time, I missed. Hey, guys.
What's up, y'all?
Hello.
Yo.
How goes?
Hello.
Hey, we just sitting here talking sports.
Yeah.
Yusha, did you just drink a Monster drink?
Yeah. It's a Monster coffee. Java.
Hey, I don't drink coffee, but I drink Monster drinks I know I got a can if I look in the back of my truck. I drink them every day. I've got a case of them in my refrigerator outside.
They're so good. I love them. I have to have like one every morning. I love the
white one. It's not the energy. I love the taste. It's crazy.
Yes, the white one's really good.
The white one. I love the white one. I'm hooked on it.
Those are addictive, though.
Too. I recently got hooked on the juice one from Rockstar.
Oh, the juice one, the punched one. Yeah, I like that one. I like all of them, but the white one is my go-to. And I've never drank coffee, so I saw one of those today here. Someone at our job had the coffee one just like you had. I said, damn, that was a Monster coffee.
They're so good. The Irish one tastes like it has Bailey's in it. Like the green can one is really good. Kind of reminds me of like
the green one was the first one. The green one, like it had the most rows in the store. I'm like, I tasted the green one, I didn't like it, but I tasted the white one. I was like, man, now the white one's starting to take some of the green can's rows, so I know what's up there.
Yeah, the white ones are always so hard for me to find. They're only at like limited set chevrons. Like I can't find them everywhere. So I usually just
Yeah,
get the medium.
I got a big one this morning. Put that one on ice. Did my work. Came down and said, "Oh yeah," and I drank that. And I'm hyped. Then I'll be like a little bit like, "Okay, I'm crashing now."
Nice.
What's the temperature there?
Yeah, how's it going with y'all
About,
two?
it's about
I'm not
30,
sure what it's
40,
actually
no,
been.
not 30. It's like 50, maybe.
No, it's been nicer
60?
than that.
It's been warm. I don't know. I just ran out to the
88
store real quick.
It's 88 here. Sean, it's probably 90 where you're at.
According to my phone, it's 70,
70.
Wow, that's nice.
which is like perfect.
Yeah.
70 is perfect. Like, give me year round 70, I'm fine.
Yeah,
Oh,
between
yeah.
70 and 80 is all good.
That would be
Yeah, we're like-
Yeah,
perfect.
that'd be so nice.
I know
But you
I
know
saw
what?
100 a bunch of times last
But you know what? You know, out in Florida, it could be like 80 degrees, but the humidity could be in the 90s. So it's like it cancels out the damn, you know, what the weather is. It's 80 degrees, but the humidity is hot. So it's still going to be hot.
True.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
hot
My
no matter
sister
what.
moved down to Arizona, so now every time she comes up to Utah and she's in town, if it's like below 50, she's freezing. And I'm like, this is perfect weather. It's not cold. But she's
I
gotten used
I
to
got a
Arizona.
Yorkie. I got a Yorkie. If she goes out and it's cold like that, she'd be going, "Oh my God, it's freezing." I'm like, "How did Yorkies make it?" I think they're from over there. I think they came from UK, is where they were originated from. I'm like, man, they must have been put little coats on them over there because I know it's cold over there.
Oh yeah.
Right? It's been nice. I'm glad it's cooled down because we haven't been able to turn on our AC in our apartment yet because they had to change all their filters and everybody had to do it manually, and so they haven't been letting us turn on the AC yet. They've just been saying to use the fan. But last week or the week before, it was way too damn hot. I was dying.
Yeah.
That's like us with a heater. I don't use my heater. Never usually. Do you ever use your heater, Sean? Once a year maybe.
That'd be nice.
But if you buy a car here, the first thing you go is, does the AC work? Okay, we can go from there, right?
Yeah.
So the AC has to work.
You can't survive without AC in Florida.
Yeah, I had an old Bronco, a 70 Bronco, and it's no air, but man, I had the top. It had a top. I take the top off, all the windows down. When you're moving, it's great. When you're sitting, is not.
No.
Yeah, our winters get bad. They get really cold here.
True.
Man.
It was really bad when
hate
I had
winter.
my Santa Fe. I had my Santa Fe, and it was like the middle of the summer, and there was something wrong with the engine to where it's like to cool it down, I had to have the heater on, and it was already like 90 degrees.
Yeah,
Oh,
That
blow
was
the heater
so
out,
good.
blow
I'm
the
trying
heat
to
out.
get that fixed. Yeah, that was the worst. I'm
Your
good.
heater core messed up probably, and you have to blow the heat out, or you'll overheat.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah,
Stinks. Yeah,
that was the worst. Yeah.
Yep.
It was like the middle of the summer when it happened. I'm like, it's too hot. I don't want to do this. I'm not going to go anywhere.
Yeah, I hate being.
How are you guys doing today?
Doing fine. You know,
I'm at work, but Sean's running the show, so I jumped on here, and I might have to jump out at any time. So I'm glad you guys came. You can stay on here with Sean and BS with him in case I got to roll out.
Yeah.
yeah, I sent you the pictures. Got the Green Arrow books for you. You know,
That's
it's just,
dope.
there's a lot of them. Some of them like marked price between $2 and $5, but it was all good. You know, I plan on going back there at the end of the month, see if I can get a couple more.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm going to look for some more of your She-Hulks because there's another LCS that we have. There's two of them. There's Bolts and then there's Black Cats. And Black Cats has more of a selection, but Bolts does have a good selection too. It's just more range. And so when we go there, I'm definitely going to look for some of your She-Hulks.
Sweet, because I know they had a lot more Green Arrow.
Yeah. And that issue 25 is the one I've been trying to find for like the longest time. I haven't been able to find it. I've picked my both LCSs clean, so it's like the two that we have. I go there and they don't have all the Green Arrow and all the Catwoman. I already have. I'm like, okay, now I got to start going online.
Was it 25 or 26?
I thought it was 26.
I think it's 26. Yeah.
26.
This one.
Yeah,
That
that
one,
one.
yeah,
I
that
love
one.
the cover to that one. 25 and 26. Those two covers are just gorgeous.
Those are dope.
I looked
Yeah.
up some of the old Catwomans maybe a couple weeks ago. Holy crap, man! She goes back all the way to the first Batman. She's in the first one. I'm like,
Mhm.
well, first appearance would be out if you're a Batwoman fan, because she's in there with Batman. I was like, so I was looking for first cover appearance, and
Yep.
man,
Exactly.
she had some awesome books. They got one with her and a cat on there with her, and a cat guy, and they got Batman and Robin like they're slaves. It's hilarious.
Yeah, because there was
like,
Catman.
There was
Yeah.
Catman for a little bit.
yeah, it was Catman, and she was sitting up there with him.
Mhm. That's one of the
First
holy
thing I
grails.
thought of
Oh
was
no.
you. Yeah. So
That's
you
one of the
got
holy
your
grails.
Lois Lane. You got your good Lois Lane. What?
Yeah, her
That's
first
it.
like, Silver Age or whatever. Yeah.
That one,
Yeah.
NYC sent me, and
That's
oh my
always a
goodness.
great thing to go from get the first Silver Age appearance. That's
Yeah.
that's a good book.
Yep.
It is.
Who
Yeah,
sent that book? Wasn't that? Who sent you that book?
Coffee did,
Yeah.
NYC.
NYC. Yeah,
Mhm.
NYC.
Yeah.
I thought so.
I still can't believe he sent that to me. Like, I remember
Oh,
watching
yeah.
the 12 Nights of Christmas show, and then like he's over talking everybody, and I'm watching the stream, and then as he's starting to say it, I'm like, oh my god! Like I grab his
know, you
leg.
were
I was
kinda
just
like-
like, oh my god, I'm freaking out. I couldn't breathe, and then I ended up hopping on, and I'm like, what do you
Yeah.
mean you're sending this to me? Why? What? It just
Yeah,
like
it was
took
awesome
me
how he did
by
it.
such surprise, and I love that book.
Kavi's a good dude, man. Kavi is a good
Yeah.
dude. I sent him a book, and they damaged it. They cracked the freaking slab on it.
Oh,
Yeah, I
don't know
remember
how
that.
I packaged it, and I put bubble wrap, and they still damaged it. They broke the corner of it. He said he's gonna get it reholstered. It was that Jenny Frison cover, the first one she did.
Oh,
So
wow.
he's
wow.
gonna get it. It didn't damage the book though, so he said he's fine. It didn't damage the book, and he's gonna redo it.
That's yeah.
You hear real horror stories of how people send books out. It's like just get it nice and packed and neat with the bubble paper, and then like
Well,
bubble wrap,
but that I mean that's
but even
that's
the-
more on
the mail
on the
carriers,
carrier,
yeah.
because
Yeah, sometimes they just set stupid stuff on books, and even though I make sure they put fragile on it, sometimes them guys just, man, they don't care.
yeah,
Yeah,
sometimes they put writing that on
Like,
it can actually work.
seriously, I feel like when they see the word fragile, they think, "Oh, let's test that." They put it on the
Yeah.
ground and run it over with their postal truck or something like that.
right? Yeah.
right, yeah.
Crazy.
Even them trying to stuff some of them in the mailbox, where it's like it clearly doesn't fit. Put it by the door.
It doesn't fit, and then they bend it and shove it in there. I'm like, no. I look
Yeah.
for the mail person just in case and make sure they don't do that. Mine are good. They set it by the front door, which is great.
That's good.
I haven't had no
Yeah.
porch pirate yet, so I'm good with that.
We got pretty lucky. Our mailbox with our apartment complex is just like about that big, and it's flat, and it just goes in. So usually the Gemini mailers and things like that fit in just fine.
And even if it's
So.
like a slab or some of those, I think it's like the medium flat rates, whatever, those will usually fit in there too.
Oh yeah, that's nice to open that up and see that in there, right?
Yeah.
Because I know that's not mine. I look by the door when I come home from work. I'm like, I don't have nothing. Because I always,
Or if it
I
has a
always
key
seem
in
to
it.
have books coming.
Right.
Yes.
I don't
Yeah,
know about
'cause-
you guys, but I always got something coming, or I ordered something here or there, and I'm like, oh, I forgot about that. Then you got people. Well, you guys do shows that send you a bunch of stuff, so you're like, you never know what could be coming.
Yeah. Yeah, we actually, I think our laptop should be.
Yeah, we got a new
here
laptop
today,
that
I
should
think.
be here today.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and with our apartment complex too, they also have like these other storage parts on the box where it's like a little bit bigger.
Mhm.
And if you have anything in that, you'll open your regular mailbox, and then there'll be a key in there to unlock the bigger one. So
Yeah, because ours is like that wide, long, and then the other boxes there's like a space box where it's like that big,
mhm.
and then you just use the key, and then there's like a smaller one. It works. There's been times where we've filled up both keys though.
Yeah, where there's like 2 or 3 keys sometimes in ours.
Yeah.
Shoot, I remember when I got like 4 packages and stuff. They had to put in 2 different boxes in terms of the parcel boxes. I like, because one of them was a big box. I think it was one of the slabs that I got from Hialeah. then I had a couple other packages. So I had 2 keys in my mailbox. I was like, what? So that kind of threw me off.
Man, Hialeah's got a whole. I've been to Hialeah's house. He's got a whole box full of slabs like these could be gifts. You know what I mean? And he'll go through them and like, would you should like this? I don't know. I was with him when he was looking for yours, Sean. So I knew what you were getting. I knew what almost everybody was getting. He was like, "You think they'll like this?" And I'm like, "I would." Yeah, but I like that.
That's the hardest part. Sometimes it's not spoiling it
if I
when
was
you know.
in, I
It's
know
like,
what
oh,
you guys
just you
don't
wait.
like too much, you know.
Yeah, Steve be knowing everything. You know
Yeah.
what Jim is doing when it comes to the sketch covers and stuff like that. He gets inside tips.
Yeah, I see him in progress. I'm like, if he's sending you something, I'll be like, "What are you sending? What are you sending, Soldier and Fuchsia? Let me see it." Oh yeah, that's looking good. Keep going. He sends me updates as he's doing them.
But that Spider Gwen that you sent Sean was just so awesome with the Ghostbusters.
Oh,
And was it Boatwright that drew that?
No, Squashy.
No, that was Squatchy. Squatchy did that. You know,
Squatchy did it.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
He did it, and I had to bid. I had to bid against Chad RCG to get that book, and we were battling. I was like, I'm getting it. Doesn't matter. There's no way. That's the A-OK. I'm getting him no matter what. And so that one went a little bit higher than normal. Didn't go too high, but it would have. It could have, because Chad bids high. You know who Chad is? Have you ever seen him? He bids high.
Oh yeah.
But I think he's like, there's some more. I'll get one of the other ones. I said, I need that one, Chad. This is not. That's the only thing I'm here to get.
Like, Steve, how far would you was willing to go on getting it?
I would have at least probably went at least to 200.
Oh,
and
wow.
then if I would have got mad, I would have went all out and said, I'm getting it. It doesn't matter. I would have said, Squatchy, put me on the payment plan. I'm getting it.
It's like with him when he got the Batman Hush. Boy Who Had 7 was going for it too, so they were both in the auction going back and forth.
That's why I don't like doing auctions. I don't like bidding against my friends, and you know what I mean? I don't do a lot of auctions only because of that reason. Like, if I see Sean bidding on a book, I'm like, damn, man, I want to bid on that book. I would just watch. You know what I mean?
I know.
Yeah. Yeah,
like,
that one was a while ago too. Like,
that was like last year.
Yeah.
Auctions are hard though.
Like if it's on eBay, it's different. You know what I mean? Because I'm going all out for what book I want. I got a price I'm going to spend. If it goes over, I let it go. I got outbid like 1 week, like 4 or 5 times. You've been outbid. I'm like, thanks. Click. I don't want to even see who got it.
When you put it on eBay, you don't know who you're going up against. But when you put in the auctions on YouTube, you know who you're going against.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I was looking at a book, right? I'm looking at a Ghost Rider book, right? I've been looking at these Marvel Spotlight 5, back and forth. I got the money to get what I want to get, but I don't want to go too high because my wife will be like, "What? You went over your limit." So I'm looking, right? I got the one I'm looking at. I've been looking a long time, so I put my phone in my pocket. When I did, I hit buy it now. So I bought a book from my pocket, and it says, complete your transaction. I noticed this when I get home in front of her. I'm like, oh boy. And it was like $100 more than I was supposed to spend, so I had lucky some of my secret stash cash that I kept enough to get her off my back. And I got it. I got a Marvel.
That's what I was just telling her today, actually. I was just telling her that today, like with eBay, it's a little dangerous because it's so easy. It's just like just a couple
it's so
quick.
Easy to, yeah, it's so easy to accidentally hit something now.
It's
and
funny though.
Right now,
it's funny though, because just this past week, I went and grabbed the mail on like Thursday or Wednesday, and there's something in there, and I'm like, "What did you order? You didn't order anything, did you? Like, what did you order?" So then I checked the bank account, and I'm like, "Okay, now what did you order? Because there's the money missing. What's going on? What did you order?" And then turns out that it was something I did tell him to go ahead and buy and do. I was, I did forget about that. But it was actually these books that we're supposed to review that we got for free from these people that sent us to review the book. And I'm like, okay, so I kind of freaked out over my own thing and telling you could go ahead and do it. So my bad.
See, the difference between that is my wife knows about comics. She's read them. But still, she's got like God, really? Is that comic really worth that much? I'm like, it really is, and I really love that comic.
Right.
And I said I could be doing something else and wasting money on something else. I'm gonna buy stuff. That's why God put me here to buy stuff. I feel. But she's super nice. I'm like with my AOK, she's super cool with that, and she, we've been getting along great. So I've been watching a lot of series since this dumb virus has got us locked up. So I've watched so many series with her that I'm able to buy more books, and she's not. She's like, God, you've been pretty good lately. So, and I watched some cool shows on top of it. I got to see Lock and Key. I got to see what else? I'm watching Breaking Bad right now. Holy crap!
We still need to
God,
watch that
so
one. We've
crazy.
actually been
And I
watching a lot.
watched- What
We've been
was the
watching
other one? The Ozarks. Have you guys seen the Ozarks?
No,
The
that's what
Ozarks
we
is crazy.
Yeah. There's
Yeah,
another.
if you get bored and you're like, you want to watch the Ozarks, is crazy. Oh my God.
We
How
still
do I
want to see
explain it?
Bad Boys. Was it Bad? Bad?
Bad
What do you
Boys.
mean?
Yeah, was it
Oh,
Bad
the
Boys?
boys.
The Boys.
The Boys, yeah.
The
Oh,
Boys.
that's
The Boys is good. I saw that too.
Yeah.
That is good too. You saw that, Sean?
yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's when we
That's a
still
good show.
We've
I've
been
been-
watching a lot of Lucifer and just finished season 3, and now we're on the start of season 4.
Yeah.
And the way season 3 ended, it was just like, oh my God.
Which is
We
when
have
they
to keep
canceled
watching when it's like 2 a.m.
Every series ends on a cliffhanger, and you're like, I gotta start the next one. Let's just see what happens. The next thing you know, I'm like watching the whole thing, and then I get to another cliffhanger. I'm like, oh my God, I gotta work tomorrow. It's 12 o'clock, so I have to.
Yeah, and I swear, like a little while ago, Netflix sped up the how quickly it goes into the next episode.
It goes, it goes.
Yeah, they did.
It loads immediately.
Yeah,
Mhm.
They fixed that. Oh, load. Oh boy, and it
it's
loads.
like
and I'm
20 seconds or something, I think, and now
Yeah.
it's like 10.
I think it used to be 20 and it is like now 10. Yeah, because there's times where we're watching and it's going on like 1 a.m. and it's like, okay, we got work tomorrow. We need to turn this off and like we have to hurry and like it's a race to turn it off, to just put it on pause so we can pick it up
Yeah, 'cause
tomorrow.
first thing you'll see is something. Oh, we got to see what at least happened. It started. Let's just see a little bit. That never works out for me. I'm like,
No,
thing.
nothing burns me more than when they end on a cliffhanger. Then you start the next episode thinking they pick up on it, and then they start with
And
another
they don't.
side story. Yeah, like you gotta wait until like half the episode before they get to the
Yeah.
to what they
Oh, that's
ended with.
smart, Sean.
Yeah, and that's what it was with Lucifer, because it was when it was on Fox, they canceled it. So they had the cliffhanger, and then they had these 2 bonus episodes that didn't have anything to do with the story or move the story or anything to do with the cliffhanger.
Yeah.
And then in season 4, when Netflix picked it up, they picked up where the cliffhanger left off. And so that's why a lot of fans were really pissed that they canceled Lucifer. And I'm like, yeah, I would have been pissed too. It's like when they canceled
Yeah.
Firefly. You can't just cancel a show at a cliffhanger. You're not supposed to do that.
Right?
Yeah, those are
Yeah,
the worst.
It's not cool. If you're gonna cancel it and you know it's gonna get canceled, end it some way decent. Maybe with an option to start it back up, because it could get picked up.
Exactly. Yeah.
I watched Gotham. Did you guys watch Gotham? Holy crap, Gotham was so long.
I stopped on the first season.
Yeah, me too. Like I started it when it first started and came out, but yeah, I didn't really stick with it.
We got
I
about
didn't
to
stick with it. I couldn't finish it. It was too crazy. People dying every day, crazy, and then they're not dead. I'm like, oh my gosh.
I just can't sit through a show with Batman villains and no Batman.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly what it was, too. It was about
We got
Commissioner
some-
Gordon.
Yeah, I love Gordon. We got to about season 3 of Arrow, and then like season 1 of Flash and Supergirl.
No,
but then,
yeah, it was like season 4 of Arrow, and Flash. We got to season 2 of Flash. And
yeah,
then
season 2 of Flash,
one
and then we
of
fell off
Supergirl.
the Arrowverse for a while. And we still haven't picked that one back up. We need.
I think
to.
it was season 3 of Arrow, 3 or 4, one of them, where I kind of fell off of that.
Yeah, those are around the time that we
Yeah.
fell off, and we haven't really picked it up yet. Again, like we got halfway through.
Which I've
it.
been wanting to though, because I still want to see like the crossovers, like because we
Yeah.
didn't watch even the one last year, or we didn't
Like
watch.
I haven't watched Arrow and some of the other shows, but I watched the crossovers. Even if I don't know like the story, I pick up enough on some of the backstories, and I knew of the Anti-Monitor from the previous crossover and stuff, so I knew that I was looking forward to the Crisis series because I was like, I need to see this. How they utilize the Crisis.
Yeah, I know. I've been debating just watching those. Just skipping ahead because your mom's even told us like how they're like how pretty much what you just said. Like how they're kind of. You don't really need to know all the other crap that's been going on. Like it's kind of its own.
It's like kind of standalone. You can still watch them all.
Yeah.
Yeah, you still watch it and enjoy it. And there's callbacks of the previous crossovers on there. So if you watch all the crossovers, it feels like there's continuity with it. The only thing you'll probably miss out is some of the character moments of their stories and their series. But for the continuity of the crossovers, they are callbacks from each crossover.
Yeah, and we haven't seen most of the crossovers. I mean, because the first one was like when just Flash and Arrow like first crossed over, and then but then they started doing like the bigger event ones, and
I'll have to watch it.
Yeah,
we'll get around to it. I know I'm probably gonna want to watch more Lucifer. He was telling me the last night. He's like, "What are we gonna do when we get to the end of Lucifer? We're flying by it too fast." I was like, "Umbrella Academy."
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
you're like, I want to read too. Like.
I will also, if y'all ain't check out Deadly Class, check that one out too.
Yes.
Yeah, Deadly Class. I wanted to see that. Is that a Netflix, Sean? Or is it just
that was on? Still? I think that was on Sci-Fi. Got canceled after one season. It's kind of disappointing. Because I love the comic book. Like I have the deluxe editions of that, and I read the trades. I enjoy the comic book.
That'd be good.
Yeah, isn't Deadly Class? Isn't that Jeff Lemire?
No, that's Rick Remender.
Remender, that's right. Okay. Yeah.
I should say Doom Patrol really good. That's another one I need to still. Even though I've seen clips of Doom Patrol, it definitely picks up what the comic books had with the wackiness that they had in it.
Yeah.
We almost bought the first season of Swamp Thing when we were at the store last week, and then we heard that they might be bringing it back.
There were some rumors. Yeah, who was it?
They are gonna play it on the CW. That previous season. They're gonna play it on the CW in the fall.
Yeah,
I liked it. I thought it was good.
So is that all it is? Is that they're just gonna air just that season, or are they like picking it up to?
I think they're just airing that season. For people who didn't have the app.
Okay. Huh.
Did you hear why they canceled it? Because it was in the swamps. I want to say South Carolina or North Carolina, and they didn't want to. It was too expensive or something, so they just canceled.
Yeah, with the tax.
You couldn't find somewhere else to go. Man, we got all kind of swamps down south, don't we, Sean? We'll send them in there.
Yeah, we were just talking about it earlier. The Everglades.
The Everglades is full of stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, I believe it. It's like what happened with Sense8. Sense8 was a really good show that my mom got me into too. Mm-hmm. And in the show, they're like these 8 people that were born at the same time. So they have like this telekinesis power like between them, but they're all over the world. And they ended up canceling it because it was too much to film traveling from all over that they ended up canceling it. But the show is just so good.
That show is really good.
Yeah.
I love that show.
That's
like, what's her name, right? What's it? 11. She's got sisters, and strange things. So we haven't seen half of the. If there's 11, there's 10 before her. We've only seen her one sister. I want to see. Yeah, that could take you anywhere because that took her to New York City. I know that, to see her sister.
And I think that's kind of like what the comics have been doing, is kind of exploring other.
Because
other.
The first one that I read kind of seemed like the backstory of what happened in this season of the first season of Stranger Things. Is like kind of like the backstory of what happened between a few parts. But then there was a different series. I think it was Stranger Things 6 or 9. That was like a completely different character, but in the same universe with different powers.
Yeah,
it was a pretty good
I think they're gonna bring back the dad too. I don't think he's all done yet either.
Yeah,
he's creepy. They're gonna bring him back.
Yeah,
I would think so too.
But I know they're not bringing Bob back. Bob got ate by a devil dog, so he's done. My buddy loved Bob, and he was so mad that they killed Bob. He didn't want to watch it no more. I was like,
know.
oh,
I was
man.
so mad too. It was like, what are you doing? Don't just stand there, run.
Oh, he's still there. The Demodog come and kills him.
It's
Did
like
you watch
not
all that,
Samwise.
Stranger Things?
Yeah.
Huh? Did you say?
I said, did you see the Stranger Things?
I haven't seen the
Stranger
recent
Things that was
season.
Oh,
You haven't
it's
seen it?
so good. You
still
need
haven't
to
It
see
was
seen
good. It was really good. What got me though is how in the hell did they build that freaking place that's underneath? That's like a mile. I'm like, how do you build that? No one knows. That's impossible. There's no way.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was
You
insane.
know? Yeah,
Yeah,
it
I
was
have
crazy.
to. I have to watch it. For some reason, I have. Normally, I would have watched Stranger Things, but I got caught up in some stuff when it first came out, and I never really got around to watching it. So I've been
Yeah, if you
recently.
get bored, Sean, that's something good to see.
I've been recently because John's Comics for Kids and Fire Guy Ryan saw the little group chat on Instagram with me on The Wire, and we've been rewatching The Wire so we can do a proper show on it. And we've been arguing or going back and forth on how we're going to do it.
I watched some of The Wire. I haven't seen all. That was crazy.
Because it's like, is anybody interested in The Wire? I'm like, I don't really care if anybody's interested in watching us talk about it or not. I just want to get online and talk about it, with people who enjoy the show. That's all that matters
Yeah,
to me. If we,
you want to talk to people that like Soldier and Fuchsia like Stranger Things. That's I
Yeah.
love to talk about all that.
yeah, if
that
we
kind of
ever
stuff.
do a show together about it, I'll definitely be down for it.
Yeah, that first season, the second, I liked them all. So
That's
Just
the hard part with my mom is she's always telling me all these shows to watch, and she'll be watching them when they're coming out, and she'll be like, "Oh my god, dude, did you see it?" And I'll be like, "I missed it. I didn't see it." And then like a year later, I'll be actually finally catching up on it, and I'll be texting her, "Oh my god!" And she's like, "I told you." I'm like, "Okay, yeah."
it's like Breaking Bad. Everyone watched that, and I didn't see it. I'm like, let me check it out. I don't know if I'll like it. I watched it. It was all right. Then the second one, I was like, man, I'm hooked. Now I'm on season 3, damn near halfway through, in like 2 weeks. My buddy's like, it took me a month to watch 3 seasons, and you're almost through it in 2 weeks. I'm like, dude, I'm a binge watcher. I'm telling you.
I'll tell you about binge watching. The first time I binge watched was when I brought season 1 of The Wire. This was when I was working at night, so I was off the following day. I woke up. I started it after 6:00 p.m. I didn't finish it till 6:00 in the morning the next day. I sat through and watched the whole season. And after I watched that season, I went to sleep. I woke up in the afternoon. I went straight to Best Buy and I picked up seasons 2, 3, and 4. I was like, I need to get the rest of this immediately.
Yeah, man. That's when you know you like a show, when you watch it all and you're like, damn, there's more season. Yes. The Ozarks is so crazy. If you guys watch the Ozarks, you'll be like, what in the hell? It's just so crazy. The little kid on there is good. All the characters are, I think it's wrote by Jason Bateman. I think he produced it and did some of the writing. He's really good in it, man.
I like Bateman. He's a good actor.
He is.
And Laura Linney, she's got this way that when you watch her, you'll notice she's like, and it's just her face. She's just says everything with her face. If you just watch her face, you want to kill her sometimes. You're like, oh, she's evil too. She becomes, it's crazy. That show is crazy.
Yeah, because that has been one I've been wanting to check out.
Yeah, well, that's been one we've been wanting.
Yeah, there was someone put my wife really liked it, and so she sends me little clips, and there's this Spanish girl, and she's talking like one of the main characters, which is this cracker girl. I couldn't have told you it wasn't her. She talks so much like her. I was like, I'd like to see them two talk back and forth. It was unbelievable. If you see it, you'll know exactly who I'm talking about. It's the main girl, the main little freaking girl. You'll be like, oh, you'll know who it is. And she talks so funny. Oh, she has got some big ones for a girl too. I mean, that girl's got a mouth. She backs it up. You talking about a girl they need to make into comic books? It's that girl. She's crazy, but everyone loved her for some reason.
They love the crazy ones, man.
Yeah, she's. I mean, I was like, man, she never has, she has no love interest in it. As soon as I said that, I swear the next episode, this dude comes in and he's crazier than her. I'm like, perfect match. Perfect.
Here we go.
It was Laura Linney's brother. He was crazier and crazy, dude. God. He was on some meds, and if he wasn't on them, it was not good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that's my life. He married me crazy in all the voices.
Yep.
I am schizophrenic. I have been for like the past 10 years. But I'm not as crazy as some of those crazy people out there. There's crazier people out there.
I'm not crazy as some other people.
There's this shirt that
I know
really
crazier, so that's good.
Yeah. Well, there's a shirt I really want to get where it says, "People like you are the reason people like me need medication." It's on a shirt that I saw on Jim Hart on
I need to.
Bartlett.
But the funny thing about you two is y'all compliment each other so well. Y'all chemistry is on point. Y'all both are scatterbrained, as y'all say, y'all.
We really are. We get so distracted. We'll have two different conversations going on at once where it's like, are you even listening to me? Maybe. Are you listening to me? It just like goes back and forth. And yeah.
I guess that's why y'all show worked so well. When y'all did Married with Issues live show, it worked so well because y'all play off each other so well. And sometimes y'all get dumbfounded and y'all look at each other like this, that, and stuff like that. And it's fun. It's a genuinely fun show to watch.
Yeah, Sean, you see Dustin look at her and go, "Were you talking to me?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm talking to you." That sounds like my wife. I'm nodding and stuff. She goes, "You're not listening to a word I'm saying." I'm like, "No, I am really." She goes, "What'd I say?" I said, "You got me."
It's like earlier today, I was reading something on my phone on Instagram. I was looking at a post and he started talking. He's like, I'm not going to repeat myself on this one, so I'm going to wait till you're done reading for me to tell you, so you're actually listening for once. Mm-hmm. I'm like, okay. And then I go right back to reading. I'm like,
yeah. Like, I'm have you.
And then when you're done reading and you ask him, what is it you want to say? He probably got scatterbrained and forgot what he's going to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. All the time.
Yeah, that's how it usually goes.
Sometimes you got to get it out now while you still know what's the words.
Mm-hmm. And other times he'll repeat himself, and he gets that from me. I swear, in the beginning when I met him, he didn't repeat himself near as much as he does now, and I swear I rub off on him, and he's like, well, and then it's like he repeats himself because I don't always listen, and then when I do listen, it's when I'm like, okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about, and other times I'm like, wait, what? And then I'll bring something up thinking that he doesn't know about it yet, and he's like, yeah, I'm the one that told you. I'm like, I was listening. See, I just forgot that I was listening.
And then it happens a lot too.
How did you guys meet?
Like that I talk about all the time, and I'm like, that's why I repeat myself. Like,
that's true. Yeah. We actually met through a friend. Actually kind of through my brother and through a friend. Because the first time we met, it was a really drunken, it was a wake that we were at for our friend Ernie. And I was there with my brother, and we were hanging out in the garage, and he came out to have a cigarette out in the garage. And we caught eye contact, and we both just kind of did a head nod, a, hey, what's up? I don't know you, but hey, what's up? And then we were just talking. And then at first, he thought me and my brother were together from how we were talking, but then he shortly realized that it was my brother. And then we didn't see each other for about a month.
It was a month later, yeah.
Yeah, it was about a month later. My brother invited me over to a house party where they had just helped a friend move. And I was like, yeah, sure. My parents are out of town right now. I'm not doing anything. I'm bored sitting here just watching TV. And my brother came and picked me up and got me home in enough time to feed the dog in the morning, my mom's dog at the time. And then we just that night we just kicked it off. And the first things I ever said to him was just hey, what you drawing? And
Yeah,
then,
because I was sitting there, drawing.
the next
At a
day,
party.
the next morning, my brother was giving me a ride home, and he's like, "I can get his number for you if you want." I'm like, "You can give him my number. If he wants to talk to me, he can go for it. I'm done looking for anything. I'm so tired of just trying to find a relationship. I'm over it. I'm done. If he wants to talk to me, you can give him my number." And then, yeah, here we are 7 years later.
Yeah.
So Justin was like, "That's your sister?" Yes. He was like, yes. That's your girlfriend.
It was funny in the beginning because we were like junior high kids at the very beginning when my brother gave him my number, because like the next morning after he dropped me off, he calls and it's like the other mutual friend was like, "Hey, Jake wants to talk to you," and he's like, "Oh shit, what'd I do?" And so then like once it was kind of known that we liked each other, we're like, "Okay, now what do we do?" And we turned total junior high, like we would get eye contact and then immediately look away because
Do
we
you
didn't know
like me? Check yes.
Because before I met her, like I had been.
That's total junior high, right, Sean? Do you like me? Check yes, no, or maybe.
Or maybe, yeah.
we're both trying to play it cool, like, okay, don't be too eager.
Yeah, the maybe. You gotta put the maybe on there when you're. I remember this. I like this girl, and so I asked her, well, do you like me or not? And she went like this, but I didn't know what that meant. I went, the hell is that? So I didn't know what that meant. So I took that as like, no, go away. So I never talked to that girl. She goes, I kind of like you. I like, oh, is that what that meant? She goes, yeah, that's like lukewarm. I could go either way. I never knew that. I was like, oh my god. Why didn't you? That's why the maybe box was made, probably because of me. Check maybe. I really don't get it. You gotta tell me directly.
Right? Communication.
Communication is key.
Mm.
For real, yeah, it is.
Yeah, it really is. What's crazy is that his mom, her best friend was the signature on my birth certificate. The lady that signed my birth certificate sang at his mom's wedding.
Yeah, because my mom was she was like an OBGYN and like worked like in delivery and stuff back around the time she was born, and we came across like a copy, like her actual birth certificate, because when we always thought, I was like, my mom could have delivered you actually, and then you found the birth certificate, and the lady who signed it was like my mom's best friend, like coworker friend.
There's so many weird like cosmic experience. Like I never believed in like soulmates or like fate, but then I met him and I'm like, okay, yeah, this is the universe. This is gotta be the universe. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, if his mom says that I've known your girlfriend a long time, and I mean like the longest that you could know somebody, you're like, what? I delivered her, you'd be like, what the heck? That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We both swore up and down we'd never get married, and then here we are.
Yeah, I never thought I would in a million years.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all still together. That's
it's still together. That means you're supposed to be together.
Yep.
Exactly.
Meant to be.
Yep. I swear it's written in the stars, because Ernie, it was a really good friend of his, and I had only met him a couple months before I met him, and so when he had passed away, and then when we met, it was like just so many things where it's like, because Ernie would always give me so much crap, and he's just a really awesome guy, and he's like, yeah, it sounds like him, and it's like we're both kind of like, I think your mom and I think Ernie had something in mind up there. Like when they went up together, well, when they met again up there, it's like, yeah, they had it in store for, like they had their hands in something.
They were shooting the arrow.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, just like Green Arrow.
Like Green
Arrow. You hit me with a green arrow.
August will be our 17, 18, 19, third year.
Well, third year married. Third year married. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But we've been together 7 years.
I'm almost married 30 years now.
That's awesome.
Damn. In a month. Wow. Glad you said that, because I'm bad.
So that's like 90, 91.
I'll have it on my radar, and I'll be like, I know it's 6/14.
Wow, because what, today's the 30th anniversary of Ice Cube's America's Most Wanted. So it was around that time, huh?
I was the most wanted back then, Sean. Yeah, I saw your video. I played it earlier today. I said Sean's busy putting up music before he gets going.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'll be posting some tomorrow too. I gotta post Atomic Dog.
You got great taste in music. I love
Oh,
all
yeah.
the music you post on Instagram. It's like takes me back.
Yeah.
It's the classics.
Yeah, Sean, I was playing Lakeside, and I put it on their greatest hits, right? And it's a song I wanted to hear, and I could never remember the name of it. You know how you know like something from the song, but that's not the name of the song, of course. So
Bro, you
can't get the song.
know how many times I don't remember the name of the song, so I go to YouTube and I type out what I think is what they saying in the hook on YouTube to try and make sure it comes up.
And it comes up, don't it? Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes it'll come up. Sometimes I don't find it. Like I remember for the longest time I was trying to find that Eye Level song. It was years ago. This is when YouTube first started out, and I was like, man, I remember this song, but I can't remember the title or the artist. But the beat was in my head, so I searched on YouTube, and when I finally found it, it was like music to my ears, perfectly.
Yeah, when you hear that song, you're like, damn, never knew the name. You know, like most people know, you know, I'm sure y'all have heard the Pina Colada song, right? You like Pina Coladas, it's an old song, but it's actually called Escape. And you search it, finally someone got bright and said, Escape, also the Pina Colada song, so that you can get it, because I was like, damn, it doesn't come up. It's not the name of the song. Some people name songs weird stuff.
Oh
You
yeah.
do.
Like the Pretenders named the song Brass in Pocket. It's the first lyrics out of the gate, and they never say it again. So I'm like, damn, I want that song, but that's nothing about that. That's the only time she says that, and she put that in there and screwed me for like 5 years to find that song again.
Sometimes you can look up the song with the lyrics, and other times it'll just pull up completely other random ones, and you're like, "What the hell is this? This is not what I'm
pull up. It'll pull up something even from a whole different genre. No matter what you're looking for, it's something different.
What's up, Al?
And there he is, Big
Oh,
Al.
Hello, everyone.
Yo.
How's it going?
pretty
Great
good.
Saturday, man. I'm fine, man. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing good, man. I'm sorry I'm late.
All right.
No, it's not all right, man. Because I told you 15 minutes, and it's been longer than 15 minutes.
It's all right, man.
16 and change.
Hello,
We're
everyone.
gonna give you a break, Al.
Thank you, Steve. On cold. Hey, man, I was trying to find. Say what now? What's that, Steve?
You always got to pass with me.
Thank you. You know what? You're the greatest,
Get
Steve.
to
You
you
already
anytime
know,
I'm happy.
man. You already know. Man, I was trying to find a book, and I was going to show it to you all. It's not a brand new book, but remember when we had that conversation a while back about speculation and stuff? Y'all
Yeah.
know what I'm talking about, right?
You
Well,
know
I'm
when
talking
we
about-
go back, me and you.
Oh yeah, not that conversation, but
No.
not that one. No. Yeah, I was looking for Youngblood #2 because I got that book. Because I collect the Youngblood series from the '90s. They basically announced a couple. I think last week that the character
Oh, I
Prophet
heard
out of
something about
Youngblood was going to get his own TV show. So now you got that Youngblood #2 selling for like 10, 15, 20 bucks. I paid 50 cents for mine. I couldn't find it because my room where my comic books at is all in a disarray. But I just wanted to bring that up. I don't know if y'all talked about that, but yeah, that was.
I don't even know if I was interested in talking about Youngblood. I mean, come on,
Hey, man.
it's just another reason for Liefeld to be like, yes, another property for me to make money.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
Victoria for that.
But it's fun for him. Good for him. But at least you paid 50 cents for it.
Exactly. I mean, I would be highly upset if I was trying to get that run and had to pay like $15 for that book.
I mean, you know how many times I've seen Youngblood in the 50 cent and dollar bins?
quarter bins. And now
Quarter
they're
bit,
like $15, man. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, and my mind went straight to that conversation, that show we had that time about the speculation and stuff, man. Like speculation will make a book that's used as a drink coaster. It'll turn it into like an amazing Spider-Man 129 or something. Like, dude, like this is incredible.
Yeah.
There was one he was using
That
damn
was
near
like-
as a coaster that he got in a video game system, and then it was a hot book, and some kid really wanted it, and we ended up selling it to him. We're like, but it was like a coaster book to us. We had no idea it was a hot book.
Yeah, it was a rare one. It came with
Dreamcast.
oh no, it came with like an issue of Game Pro or something like
Game
that.
Pro, yeah.
But it was Sly. It was like a
Sly Cooper.
Sly Cooper. I can't remember if it was number 1 or 2, but yeah, they were like on
yeah,
eBay,
I heard them about that.
100, 200 bucks sometimes. Yeah. I don't know.
It was like that Knoll book. I got Knoll 5 right with him sitting on throne. I didn't get it for no other reason than I thought he looked badass on the throne, you know, sitting like that. Now the book just went through the roof. I'm like, man, I think I got one of those. That's the only time I really love speculation, when I accidentally got the book that everyone thinks is hot, and I didn't get it for nothing else but the cover. I'm like, oh, that was a cover by Sweet. It did work out one time.
Hung it up on the wall.
It was, if I was home today, Sean, I had it ready to show it. I had a few books to show. That sucked. I got this call. I had to go to work today.
See, that was the crazy thing. It's proof positive that speculation will turn any book into like something that somebody like really. I actually saw people, they were actively looking for that book. I'm like, dude, Youngblood #2, like for real? Like the only reason why I have it is because I have the series, you know what I'm saying? Because I told y'all I was a fan of Liefeld back in the 90s with the screwed up feet and the pouches everywhere and stuff, you know. You got pouches like behind you don't even use and stuff, you know. But
Got pouches on the legs and shit.
Pants.
I think that was kind of like him. Go ahead, Steve. I'm sorry.
That's all right. Go ahead. I'll tell you after this. It ain't.
I was just saying he was just basically compensating with all them pouches, man. Because I'm like, if you were a superhero, and unless you were somebody like Batman or Deathstroke or somebody along that line, why would you need all them pouches on your costume? Like, what are you carrying? Like popcorn and Rice Krispie treats or something? You know, keep your blood sugar up or something. I'm just saying, why would you need all those pouches? I mean, like, honestly, y'all never. I mean, you look at certain comic books and you ask yourself, like why the whys behind, you know, the reason, like, golly, man, you know, like if Colossus doesn't need to eat, why does he just stay in armor form all the time? He save on groceries, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's just those types of things. Like, you just, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just crazy like that, but I just sit and wonder certain things. So like, why is that?
Al, that's why we get along. I wonder the same stuff.
You know, why is there drought in the
I thought I was
world?
the only one that did it though.
No, man, I do it all the time. Like, why is there drought in the world when you got a woman that controls the weather? Like, nobody should be lacking for nothing. Like, we borrow you for like 2 hours. We need you to water our crops. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean,
Yep.
Yeah, for
That's
real.
true. That's a good point.
There's always
I was talking, but Al, you were talking about Liefeld. I watched the show and they canceled Deadpool 3, and they had Liefeld on their show.
he was mad.
And he was mad as hell. I don't know if you watch his show, Al. It's called Nerdrotic.
I seen it. Yeah.
Yeah, he owned a comic book shop, so he really, you know, concerned about the comics, you know, shops going out of business because of all this. And he had Liefeld on there, and Liefeld said, boy, he went off, man. He was like, oh, just cancel a moneymaker. Just cancel something making a lot of money for some dumb. And he went on it, man. He was going off on it. I was like, oh, my gosh.
But you know what the crazy part of it is? You know that was self-serving, because if they announced they were going to cancel Black Panther, he wouldn't have said not one word.
Not
But
one word.
because
No.
it was Deadpool, then, you know, all of a sudden, you know, his residuals for charging $300 for a signature. It's gone now. So, what can you say?
I still want to bring him that Spider-Man Deadpool number 47 to get him signed that. First true appearance of Major X.
He'll probably cut you out, man. He'll curse you out. He'll rip your book up. It was slow too. They're like, ugh.
And then he'll block you on IG.
Yeah, he'll block you for sure.
He blocked you all. You all are blocked on IG from Liefeld?
No, he
hell
will
no.
block you if you do something he don't like. He'll be like, Stay
Yeah,
Puft
he-
1983, you've been blocked. That's how he
If you even just say anything remotely bad about him, he'll block you.
Yeah. Even if it's showing the panel of his terrible feet drawings.
Yeah, he's got the thinnest skin on IG for sure.
If I was that petty person, man, I would take that god awful abomination of that Captain America with that super inflated chest, and I would tag
He can't.
I tag him on Twitter, Facebook,
Everything.
Snapchat, TikTok, everything, man. I was like, you suck, man. And that was like, how much did they pay you for that picture, man? That's like, I gotta definitely
the
draw a
money
picture.
back.
Goku, man, looks better than that, man. I'm like, serious.
That's the worst Captain America I've ever seen. I mean,
Dude,
that chest was like, that chest was super inflated. I'm like, what are you trying to do to Cap, man?
It looked like an
not
airbag was under his
steroids.
chest.
he looked like he took venom. He looked like he took the drug that Bane took, and it just went awry. It just went wrong.
Yeah.
It just went in one spot.
Yeah, I saw it, though. He was upset, man. He was hot. I say he's hot because they're gonna cancel Deadpool and stuff. I'm like, whatever, man. Anyway,
Yeah.
I look, I love Deadpool, but I don't like Liefeld, so Liefeld could be a jerk sometimes.
Yeah,
That's
I don't
why-
like life well either.
It was funny when Jeff and Jeffrey Comic Con and John was at the con, and they like, look, our photo ops with Liefeld. They do far away photo ops, and then when they saw him at New York Comic Con, Jeffrey was standing right next to him.
That was great. He photobombed
Yeah.
him. And you just see it.
Yeah.
Liefeld turned around.
So pissed.
I was like, I would be like, hey, I'm just getting the free photo ops, man. And it ain't worth paying $100 just to take a picture with your ass.
Right.
See, and the thing
was-
is, like the Deadpool that we have now is so different from the one that he created. Like
Duggan did a lot better Deadpool than what Liefeld.
Oh yeah. The Deadpool he
there's
drew
so
in
many other
New
people that have
Mutants, now
contributed
it's
more to
totally
Daredevil,
different.
or more to Deadpool than him.
And then not only that, people don't even give Fabian Nitquez the respect. He had more to do with the writing of those characters. If I had New Mutants '98, I would get Nitquez to sign it before I even think of Liefeld.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, me too. Yeah, I like Fabian a hell of a lot more, and I've heard like Liefeld throws fits too when Fabian at like cons and stuff has like the co-creator of Deadpool, stuff on it. Like Liefeld throws fits about that too.
really?
Shame.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he'll throw fits for him taking credit, and it's like, well, he deserves it. Kind of help.
Yeah,
But he'll throw fits. From what I've seen.
Yeah.
He wants to be the sole creator.
Here's what Kachun was saying. He's got such thin skin. For how much he talks, he dishes out
Yeah.
so much to so many people, and then he can't take it. He can't handle it when it's switched around and going towards him.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why you want to be quick to block somebody.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
nothing worse than someone doing that, talking trash, and when it gets talked back to them, oh, I don't like that. But you're okay when you're doing it, but when you can't take it. If you're going to dish it out, my mom used to say, if you're going to dish it out, you better be able to take it. Because you're going to get some back. And I don't want to hear no crying and whining about it.
Exactly. It's like this line he said to me one time about being a hypocrite is I used to be on my phone all the time, and then he was hanging out with his friend and they were on their phones all the time, and I'm like, hey, you don't giving him shit, because he was giving me shit for being on my phone. He's like, what, you've never seen a hypocrite before? I'm like, ooh, you motherfucker, just slap you upside your head. I was like, ooh, yes, okay, now I get it now. All right, I see how it is.
Yep.
That was my wife the other day. She says, can you just put your phone down? Like some show was on, and I was listening to like the Graders Notes. I always watch Graders Notes. I don't give a damn. I'm watching it. I said I'll watch this with you, but I'm gonna keep an eye on the Graders Notes. And then she says, you can't ever put your phone down. Blah 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 blah. So I put it down, and it's out of my hand. I said, okay, I put it down, and she got mad because it was still on. I said, well, you said put it down. I swear, 2 seconds goes by, and I see her on her phone. And I'm looking at her, I'm like, really? She looked at me, she goes, what? I said, you just told me I can't be off my phone, and you already got your hand on your phone. She goes, I guess you got me on that one. So she puts it down. But I watch Graders anyway, and I did see it, and I did put my grades in.
It was a
Conan book.
Oh, did you watch The Hunt yesterday?
I missed The Hunt. I still got to watch that.
Man, First Edition was on there, and he played the Iron Sheik straight with the rolls of the R, man. He was just straight Iron Sheiking it, breaking backs and making them humble. That shit was entertaining as hell, man.
Was it Gino? Wasn't he being? Who was Gino being?
Gino was on.
Somebody.
He was on Mega Power Hour with 84.
Mega Power Hour. Who was he being?
Oh shit! I don't really forgot.
I want to say it was. God, it was.
He played He played two characters. When he came back, he had on a turban.
Yeah, he had on a turban, and he had on. And I never seen Gino like that, and so it cracked me up. And he was saying, yeah, 90 said something in the chat. And he said, yeah, I guess I could be friends with 90, maybe. Or something. I was cracking up.
What I said earlier is seeing Hialeah on Comigories and how he won with that Rage cover.
That was
awesome. My God.
That was
that shit was so funny. That was funny.
I could not stop
117 of the show if you want to see it again. That's how much I watched it. I watched it 3 times. I said, oh my God. He goes, I think I'm going to do something. And when I looked at him, I said, oh shit, what is he going to do? Because he's crazy. I'm going to do it.
It's like
his shirt off. And he was shaking the book so much that John said, you're going to break the book.
I know.
It was hilarious, man.
It was so good.
Yeah, he had that great reaction.
Yeah.
It's funny with these comic book game shows like Comigories and The Hunt, with the wrestling promos and stuff. And then you got Bruce and Stephanie doing the comic book trivia.
Yeah.
That's been pretty interesting.
One of my favorite ones they don't do, Sean. They were doing one of 84 did it with, like he would put a book up. He put a book up and he'd say, okay, what is the GPA of this book in a 6.5? Because it's always changing. And he would get to go collect that, I'm like, man, they got to answer quick. They need to have their answers up because they'll look it up. You know how people, I'm like, but it was pretty cool game. You know what I mean? Like certain books, I'd be like, oh, I bet it's about $700. And then someone would go 705 and beat me. Oh, I felt like I was on the Price is Right where they bid one more dollar than you. You know what I mean? I'll overbid if you're gonna do that to me, Sean. I'm like, I bid $50,001, and Sean bids $50,002.
Oh man, those the worst right there when you outbid me by $1.
Oh, that happened to me once. So what, Steve?
Did you see when we did the cartoons and we put up the cartoon of Barney and Fred smoking the Winston cigarette?
Yeah.
That was the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life.
It was a commercial, wasn't it?
He said, Wilma and Betty are working too hard. Let's go around back and smoke one, Fred. The taste
Yeah.
is so good. I'm like, that shit would not fly in a million years in today. And that was like in the freaking 70s or late 60s. I'm not sure. He goes, the taste of these Winstons are so good, and they're smoking, and they come around and catch them sitting down and smoking cigarettes. It's funny as hell. Go ahead, Al.
Nah, you're good. You know, it's funny you say that because back in the day, Wolverine and Gambit used to smoke in the X-Men comic book, and then I think around the 90s they kind of killed that because they were saying that they would give kids the wrong impression. But growing up reading the X-Men, I never really had desire to go out and buy a pack of Newports because Wolverine smoked cigarettes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's neither. But yeah, I've had situations like you, Sean, where I was bidding in a bidding war over a book or something, and then I got beat out by like 50 cents or 75 cents or $1 and stuff. Man, it's like the most infuriating thing. It's like you just want to go find the person that outbids you and just punch them real hard. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
that's very important.
I'll be back, y'all.
Okay.
All right.
So
Yeah,
guys,
that
what do
happened
y'all?
to me last week, Al. Everything I bid on, I got outbid. I'm like,
Wow.
you know, I put my bid in that I'm willing to pay, and if it goes over, it goes over. So I'm like, you know, days are going by. I'm like, yes, I'm still leading bidder. And then 10 minutes left, I
Yeah.
go,
Get the
what?
snipers.
Then I get this alert. You've been outbid, and it's over. It's 4 seconds left. And then it's, you know, it's freaking spinning. And say I bid 200. It comes up $201. I'm like, dang it. Why
Yeah.
didn't I not just bid a little
He's
more?
been sniped so many
$1,
times.
I could scratch some chains together and it got my book.
There was one time my sister was over here hanging out for a little bit when we had just moved in, and he was checking some eBay ones that he had on the lookout that he had bid on, and he got sniped like 2 or 3 times in a row, and it was just like, no, damn it, I got sniped.
eventually did get
I
the
learned to
book.
snipe way early. I learned to do
Well,
it,
actually,
but it sucks when it happens to you. It's been happening to me a lot lately.
I like the auctions, but it's hard to bid and then getting sniped out on them too. It's like,
Sucks, yes.
which one?
the one that you're talking about from that auction. Is that it's a Batman Catwoman one?
Hey Al, I posted on Instagram I got my ASM 14 back that was signed, and I got it verified, and it came back. I was like, yes. Well, Boatwright sent his away. I got him his Grail book, me and him together, kinda, and it's a Jack Kirby Stan Lee signed. Stan Lee signed the cover, but Jack Kirby signed the inside first page. And he sent his away before mine, and I got mine back. So Jim's panicking like, oh, my signatures probably aren't going to verify. Oh, my God. So he's in a panic right now because my book I sent 2 weeks later, and I've already got it in my house. I got it at 9:30 last night from FedEx. I was like sitting on my front porch going, man, they said by 8:15. Man, I was like, it's not coming. So I went in and threw my pity party that I'm not getting my book, and then knock on the door at 9:30, and it was there. And so I was like, yes.
Is that
was the one that.
4.0?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, is that 4.0 Green Goblin one that you showed?
Yeah, the Green Goblin one.
Oh,
Yeah, I'd had it a while,
gorgeous.
and I wanted to send it away to, I finally, hell, I'm in the house all the time, and I ain't been able to buy books, so I said I might as well send away my books and make them, know what I got at least while I'm waiting to go back and buy books again. So, and it came back a higher grade than, that I was hoping 3.0. 3.0 I was going to be happy with. Then it came back a 4.0, and I'm like, yes, because I got a great deal on it.
That's way awesome. Sorry, I mean,
That is cool. I saw the book, man. It looks real nice. And Steve, I mean, you keep things coming in and out, man. That's nothing.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, that's a nice book. Like, oh, dang, Steve got another one.
Hey, Al, you know what I always tell Sean and tell everybody else? They come in, they go out. But I get the greatest karma I've ever had in my life. in the comic book community. No lie. If I send something out and I don't expect nothing back, I never do, because that's not why I send it out. I send it out to somebody. I don't know if they could find it or if they're even able to go to comic book stores. And then I'll be like, okay, I had that book, but I'll take a picture of it. But damn, it's like people put them on their walls, and I see them more in their collection than I do in my own. That's crazy, right? That people will post it more. If they got the book that they love, that I'm like, they loved it more than me. It's where it should be. But then I'll have the best luck, man. Like, I do a lot of scratch offs, and I swear to God, I win almost all my money back that I send out half the time. It's crazy.
Comic karma is real.
Yeah.
Karma is real.
Mm-hmm.
Like, especially with Bueller. I sent Bueller Hulk 181. So I sent Bueller Hulk 181, right? I saved up for this book for a while. Get enough money to get a book, because Bueller doesn't care if it's got a stamp or if it's what. He just wants the book. But I'm not like that. I'm like, I want to get the best book for the best amount of money, that. So I looked at Hulk 181, burned me out. 2 months straight I looked at him. I get the book, I pay for the book, I send it to Bueller, and I did a scratch off, and I won $1,000 on it, like the day I sent it to him. So all the money I saved to get the book, I got it back like that same day. I was like, I never won, I've won money on lottery, on scratch offs and stuff, but not like that. And I must have won 5 times during the year claimers like that. And I spend that money, and I got it, and I'm like, I could buy anybody this book. This book's free. They don't even know it. I'll buy it. Man, that was a big book. But it really didn't cost me nothing. But I'm like, man, it's just how it goes, man. I don't mind sending books out to anybody if I can find them and get a good deal. Never know. You never know if you can find it or not, even.
It's like, even for Gretzky, I just found him Metal Men issue number 8 in our quarter, not in our prices marked. And so it's like, now when I'm going to the LCS, since I picked them clean of all the books that I'm hunting for whenever I do go, I'm looking for everybody else's list.
You're like Sean. He knows that you're looking for Green Arrow. You know what I mean? Everybody knows what everybody likes. I know Al likes X-Men. If I see a low X-Men number, I get a hold of Al. Hey, do you have this one? If it's a good price, most times it's a good price, I buy it anyway, because I know somebody will want it. So.
Here's the thing. Remember that Vampirella painting I brought from California Blend?
Yes, I remember that distinctly.
You're-
The one with the good look in her eyes, that one? Yeah,
Yes, that pierces your soul when you look at it.
The Jeff 813 killer is what I called it.
But see, Gabby's doing the sketch covers now, and she's got some posted on her website. She did a Morbius, a Venom, a Mary Jane, and the Wonder Woman. And then the one that was fire got sold out on the first day she did it. That was that Ghost Rider one. She posted that up there, and that was gone within an hour.
Yep.
So I know she got some new blank sketch variants, and she got a Vampirella one. So I figured when that one is complete and she posts it up, I'm gonna buy it and A-OK it to Jeff.
Nice.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, until it looks awesome. And Sean's like, well, can you draw another one, Gabby? Because this one is awesome.
Right?
I don't care how great it is. I'm still gonna A-OK it to Jeff. Because I thought about that with that Vampirella painting, but like I said, that one I got caught up with. I was like, I gotta get this for myself.
You got that one. I was like, the first thing I said is, Sean looks like the guy that ate the canary, because he was smiling. I said, and I know why. It's because he's got just lady on his wall. Because he loves Vampirella, boy.
Yeah, I've been wanting to get into doing the sketch covers and stuff.
They're awesome. If you do one, I definitely want one. I'll tell you what I like and all that, Dustin, and you just draw me one of your interpretation, and I just send the money to you. And I can tell you what I want,
even,
Rocket Raccoon.
right. Yeah, even
I
that.
want one from everybody in the community that draws. I like to get a drawing from everybody. I love sketch covers. They're like one of my favorite damn things. So getting Sean with the sketch cover was like getting myself somewhat something, but was Ghostbusters, so I knew it wasn't mine. Squatchy's good, man. Squatchy draws some good covers, man. He's good. He draws some evil devil stuff sometimes. A lot of blood and guts sometimes. But he's good, dude.
That's great.
Contact him when you opened it up, Sean. When you
it's great having
up,
members in the community that does art. You know, like 84, Boatwright, Squashy, and even you, Dustin. You know, if you get back on track with your artwork, man, I think you can definitely do a lot of good with it.
Yeah, I've been wanting to.
Dustin, it's a good way to use the money for your books. It's a good way to make money for you to put them towards what you want. And people love them. Like, I'll love to get one from you. I want you to sign the bottom of it and, you know, do it as you want. But, you know, it's going to have to be Guardians of the Galaxy something because that's my favorite. So, and I got a lot of them. I got a bunch, you know.
I'd love to.
I got one from 36 Chambers.
Because
I haven't got one from
even
yet.
To do. Yeah, because I'm gonna be doing one for Matt. I just need a blank cover because like the comic shops in our area, they don't really get the blank variants, so they're kind of
wow.
I don't know. Like, we don't get around here that often.
I got a few blank covers, but I don't know what I got. Matt likes Captain America for sure. He likes Batman. I mean, I don't know which one you'd be looking for, but I got some.
I might have to send you the blank variant. I have a Spider-Man. Because I have... Did they froze?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Wow.
Hey, Al, you've been doing some work on that X-Men collection, huh? You've been looking?
Yeah, man.
There's so many good covers on them X-Men. It's just so crazy. I see one that I haven't seen in a while. I'm like, man, that's just... They're just such good covers, man. It just takes me back to them days.
It's amazing, man, because, you know, the last one that I got, issue 49, the first appearance of Polaris, man, it was
Polaris, yeah.
I was looking at that book, man, and I'm like, you know, I've got plenty of Steranko books, you know, because I'm collecting the series, but I'm looking at that book, man, I'm like, man, I would like to have this. Like, I would just like to have, you know how they do those prints where you could they're not necessarily posters, but they're actually prints or reprints of the comic book covers and stuff. Man, I'd like to go, if they have those, there's a few. I know from like issue 48 at least to issue 52, Jim Steranko, especially issue 50, because issue 50 is the issue where Polaris is actually in costume. What's up, Halia? But she's in costume. The cover is like green, black, gold, yellow, a whole bunch of stuff, man. Like Steranko, man, he did a lot of nice covers back then, man.
Yeah, man, he was a specialist, man. His covers were classy too, man. They used the popped.
Between the X-Men, his covers on X-Men, his covers on Captain America, and then that Nick Fury Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. cover, that red cover with his face in the background, that cover pop.
Yeah.
Man, that dude, he was on his... And I didn't get a chance to start posting, man. I've been working from home with all this COVID stuff, man, but I haven't really posted like I wanted to. But yeah, Steve, I'm knocking it down, man. I was looking at an X-Men 4 on eBay.
Yeah, that baby is first appearance of Quicksilver, first appearance of Scarlet Witch, first appearance of the Token, first appearance of like 4 people. That book is going up, and you gotta get it soon.
Brotherhood of
Evil Mutants. Not to play with.
Yes, so I've been looking. I said, well, I might just bite the bullet and jump on that because like Poe just said, man, that book, it just it's something about that book for some reason that just keeps going up. But that's on my sites, and then X-Men 28, um, the first appearance of Banshee.
Benji.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
I
another
gave that
great
one
cover.
away.
yeah,
I
I've been
gave that
looking
one
for
to
that one.
Caroline. She loved that freaking book too.
Dude,
That
that's
was
a nice
freaking
cover.
good copy too, man. She goes,
Yeah.
"This copy doesn't have a spine tick on it." I'm like, "I
Oh
know. I
wow.
don't go. I buy usually the best book I can get for the best price. That's usually I weigh it on that. Like I know it's more valuable than what I'm paying for it, and that's an easy sell to me.
Yeah.
That if I did want to sell, I don't buy them to sell them, but I just know that if I give it away, I give away a good book. You know that you're like, damn, man, I could probably get this graded. Like Unruly Simeon sent me X-Men 24. That thing was spectacular. I was like, oh my god, man. I got it pressed and cleaned and already sent it off. I mean, you don't when you see a good book
It's
and you don't want nothing else
that
to happen
Ant-Man
to
one
it,
Matt
you
sent
gotta
me.
send it off. Oh my god, Matt don't send nothing but fire, man.
Yeah.
I know I had
Like,
such a hard time
Like,
finding the
that-
book
that
to
one
send him
Ant-Man-
that time.
when he
Oh,
sent
yeah.
that
What
that
was it?
Ant-Man, I was
Yeah.
like, wow, they got Matt gave y'all some great books. You know, between Matt and Grunsky and stuff like that,
Oh, yeah.
those were some great books that they sent out to y'all.
So much more than I ever thought. Like
Yeah.
possibly, it still blows me away, and it is in such good condition, and I'm just like, where did you find this? I have to
Man.
repay you somehow.
Yeah,
It's
I want
just
to play
like,
Matt's that guy that's like, he gets that book and man, this is a really good copy. You know he does. He probably goes through all the pages.
Yeah.
Oh, the pages are white. Like I never look at the pages to save my life. Matt's like, first thing he probably does is goes, hold on. Oh, they're white. Okay, we can go on now.
Yeah.
Oh, pages are cream.
Wait,
That book is not out. It's off my list. It's out.
he makes me want to be a better person every day. Like, this whole community is just so awesome. It's like restores my faith in humanity and just like makes me want to be even better. And I love it because I love sending out
12
books
Days
to
of Christmas
other
was
people too.
awesome. 12 Days of Christmas, one of the best things I
Oh,
probably
yeah.
bought all of last
Oh, yeah.
year out of anything
Lots
I saw.
of tears.
Yeah.
It's just you
Lots
didn't
of
know
happy
everybody.
tears.
Like I didn't know some of the people, and just but the way they affect, you don't know how they affect different. It's crazy, how. I mean, I knew Roger. I didn't know he would get Roger that, but Jesus. But Roger's just a great dude. I met so many cool people on here that it's crazy. That's the real value of this. Is the books are valuable here and there, but the people you meet, man, is the main thing. What's up, Jeff?
Yo.
Yeah.
Hey, Jeff.
Yeah.
It's the thought that goes behind it too. It's just so incredible. Like the thoughts and the notions of just comic karma and
I'm not kidding, man. I would guarantee comic karma's real for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Everyone's like, oh, you give all these AOKs. I've gotten so much stuff from different people. It's, if you're not watching everything because I don't have a channel like everyone else, so I open my stuff on like Sean's, or you know what I mean? I get stuff from all these guys all the time. I'm like, I've got like freaking short box damn near full from AOKs from people, and everyone's like, oh, you give all. I get as much as I give. I promise you that. I got a lot of stuff. And I love all
No
of it.
wonder you don't want
The
us
thought.
sending you AOKs. you got a short box full of them.
Yeah.
I'll be like, damn. I'm trying to think of what Steve may want, to get him. I think it was somebody that said that, man, you're hard to figure out in terms of what you want. I know you want them early Fantastic Four to complete that.
Yeah, I like Fantastic Fours and any of the older Silver Age stuff is always good. Like, like Biggie sent me a DC book. I don't have a lot of DC, but he sent me a book in what was it, Black Hawk, but the cover had this electric guy on it, and I freaking loved that book, and I would have never got that book in a million years if Biggie didn't send me that book. And now I want to get it graded and slabbed up so that, I like to keep them as good as they can. They're to get this long, this good. I want to keep them that way. I want them to go down. There's not going to be that many more of them. They're all variants. Silver Age are all variants because they've been destroyed by us growing up.
Yeah.
We don't want to go back and talk about that, do we, Al? Because me and Al done beat the hell out of each other back in our future. Why did you sell that book?
That's right. I got the time crystals in my closet back there, man. I'm telling you. Get the rest of the parts to the time machine.
Yeah, if you get it back, I go back and all those books that I had in my hand, I was like, ain't worried about that. Oh, I'll be like, give me 10 copies of that.
Right.
I want to make sure I go back with some money in my pocket, because I remember comics being expensive. You know what I mean? And they were so cheap. When I go back and think about now, I'm like, $5? Man, I can get all kinds of drinks, sodas, candy.
Oh yeah.
I ain't buying no comic books. If I got comics free, I got them.
Man, go ahead.
Back in the day, $5 with comic books, at least in the 80s, when books was like still 75 cents, you probably get about 5 issues for $5.
Yeah, for sure.
Back in the day. Yeah.
That reminds me. I played foosball, right? I played all my life growing up. That was one of our main things, and it was 50 cents. When it went to 75 cents, we're like, they're trying to kill us here. They're killing us. And then it went to $1, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm going broke on quarters. I need. I love quarters because of foosball and pinball. I love pinball. I was a pinballer. I was the guy who played the games that before you guys were like, I've heard of that game. Yeah, I was playing those games. Defender, Megatron. I've played all that crap. No, Robotron. I loved all those games back in the days. Gosh.
There's this bar that my sister always goes out to, and right underneath the bar is an old arcade where they have like Miss Pac-Man, and like all the old arcade games from like the 80s all in one spot.
Space
and
Invaders.
it's so much fun to go back there and play.
My wife's always like Galaga. She loved Galaga.
Yeah,
That was her favorite thing. I was like, give me Defenders, man. I'm trying to save people. And they go crazy when they hit the roof. You're trying to shoot them out of the air, come back around and scoop them before they hit the ground. That was a fun game.
Man, kids today just don't know how major arcades was.
Hialeah, I had a Spanish friend that was just like you, and he used to get all the men built up so I could lose them. So you probably will beat me. But he'd build all the men up, and he'd say, hey, Steve, play for a while. And he'd have all these men built up. He'd come back, and they'd be way down. And we were like, that's going to cost us another quarter. Man, get in there. He'd get in there. He'd build all the men back up. Man, that guy hated us in them stores. They didn't ever want to see us come in there. Because we weren't spending no money, and we were taking up their space.
Oh, yeah.
So I got a question for
some games,
everybody.
Al. I know Al played a bunch of games.
Well, I used to work at an arcade back in the day, man.
That's
You
cool.
know,
You stay at work.
This was around the time that Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition. I'm telling my age, but that was in the arcade, man. And I got a story I'm gonna tell another time, man. When I actually worked at this arcade here in Macon when Mortal Kombat first dropped. But like I said, that's a story for another day, man. That was an incredible experience. But I Dig Dug was one of my favorite old school games from back in the day.
I love Dig Dug.
And there's this one game a lot of people don't remember called Pingo Pingo, but it was penguins that were actually like you had blocks and you had to block out monsters that was trying to attack the penguins and stuff. That was another one. I was looking for that on home consoles, but it hadn't been released yet. So, but what were you about to say, Sean? I'm sorry.
I was gonna ask the question that is anybody ready, excited, or looking forward to New Comic Book Day this coming Wednesday with the first release of comic books.
Yes and no. I'm not entirely sure what's coming out, and from what I've seen, it wasn't too much quite yet. It was nothing that I'm really like reading. So I'm excited that new books are going to start coming out again, but I haven't seen all the ones that are coming out, so I haven't gotten too hyped yet.
Well,
Yeah,
it's mostly independent. I'll say that because I went through the list earlier. You know, majority of it is independent books. You know, DC got a couple of books coming out, and Marvel won't release their physical books till the following week. You know, so majority of it is some Image and a lot of indies.
Yeah, see, and we're usually at our LCS now because we go on Saturday on Saturday. So since we weren't really planning on going to our LCS this week, we just did kind of like a little eBay order that will.
Yeah, because I was going to the ATM earlier and running into the store real quick because I only saw part of the ones that you were showing that were coming out with the indies, but.
Yeah, because I think even the DC stuff, I don't think any of it was any of the titles that we're reading.
Yeah, like the Wonder Woman is like the only major one.
Yeah.
I really should have taken advantage of the time that they weren't coming out to catch up on a lot of like my Sandman universe ones.
I tried getting you to read,
but Lucifer.
I know.
I'll catch up on them. I know I will, but. Yeah, I'm just glad that they're going to be able to start sending books again. That books are going to be coming out again.
Yeah, I'm stoked for that.
I mean, I might go New Comic Book Day Wednesday. You know, just for the atmosphere of it. You know, yeah, sure, you're still going to be social distancing, keeping your distance and stuff like that. But it's been, over a month and a half now since we had a New Comic Book Day. So I'm actually looking forward to at least the first one. Since a month and a half, so
yeah,
I'm very thankful for the shops though too, because it's like some of them weren't able to stay open to sell back issues and things like that. So now that they have new comic books coming out, they're able to reopen and be available. Because both our LCSs have still been open. They've just been closed on Sundays and they've had shorter hours. So it's like when we go in, we're still wearing like the masks or hunting, but it's.
And hand sanitizer and crap.
Super stoked for new books, so.
Yeah, but the good thing is you're not overwhelmed with a whole lot. You know, they're not like just trying to shove a whole bunch of books that didn't come out the last month and a half out in one day.
Right.
They pretty much just taking it week by week.
I was still getting emails from League of Comic Geeks, and it'd be like, new books. And I'd be like, there's no new books. And I was looking forward to that one. And I'm like, I was getting like all the emails of what new books would have came out. And I'm like, okay, I was looking forward to that one, but it's not. I'm going to have to catch up on it later.
I just want to see how quickly I fall behind after I've done caught up on everything. As soon as the new books start rolling in, I'll probably stay caught up for like maybe a week or two before I fall behind.
Yeah, and like some of the stuff I was reading was like I wasn't catching up on current stuff. Like right now I'm rereading the whole like Death of Superman saga. Like there's those 5 trades, and then like the Jeff Johns Green Lantern omnibuses and stuff.
And
so
that Jeff Johns Green Lantern is so awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I've been wanting to reread that for the longest. Like I remember when I read it a couple years back when the omnibuses first came out, and I wasn't a major Green Lantern fan. Like the only Green Lantern I really know of was John Stewart, and that was based on the cartoon Justice League. But other than that, I wasn't really reading Green Lantern. But I always heard about Jeff Johns' run. So when the omnibuses was coming out, I was like, let me pick up this omnibus and check it out. And man, I was like, this was awesome.
Yeah, it's good. I'm still like on the first one, but I've since there hasn't been comic books coming out, I was just mostly reading stuff like that, like older stuff that we have in like trades or omnibuses and stuff like that.
Yeah, I've been trying to just catch up on my reading, read some books. I'm reading through Rena Brown's book, Isle of Dark.
Ooh,
Oh, yeah.
nice. We're supposed to actually be on with her later tonight.
Yeah.
Isle of Destiny is going to be our episode with them, and I'm looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, I know I'll probably be a guest on there next month. But
nice. We gotta have you on our show sometime too. Again.
Yeah.
no, I'll definitely be down for it.
Yeah.
For real, yeah,
sure.
one of our spotlights when we bring that back. And
I've been wanting to get Reno's book though, because it does sound interesting from all the things that I've heard about it and how she's like kind of talked about it in the description of it. I have been tempted to get one. It's just a matter of budgeting and everything. But
Yep.
Hey, Sean, I didn't have no books in my truck, so I went through my This is my addresses I got for AOKs because I send them out of my truck mostly. I've got you, Sean, Al, you two, Rob Worst. I've got Matt Gonzalez, John's Comics with Kids.
Yeah, this
Just a little podcast. I got Kavi,
Mhm.
Chad 90, Brian Balke from he's Take the Time Collectibles, Caroline, who is Lady Fantastic, Roger
she's great. She's so
Metarod,
good at her smack talk on
Jack.
Commodore.
Yeah, I've watched all the categories with the couples. That was one I was watching when my wife was like, "Put your phone down," and you guys were battling. Two other couples I was watching it, and you guys had lost the first one, but the second one y'all were killing them, but I couldn't. She was in my ear. It's crazy. I got so many. These are just half the address because the rest are on my comic table at my house.
Mhm.
But they store everyone's address in the computer, and it's awesome. Have you sent here before? Yes. Oh, Stay Puft 813. Oh yeah. But then they read your address off, and I don't even have to do nothing but tell my boys, and they sign it all on there, send it off.
Nice.
So that's why I said, man, if I could have been, when they did the superhero thing, said, how come none of y'all made me a Santa Claus freaking cart so I could go to your house and just throw a book down the chimney and roll out? I hate packing up and mailing books. I would get so many more AOKs if I could go, okay, show up at Sean's house. I
Just teleport. This is for you.
I need a little thing at bank tellers that did a comic book though, and I go shoot, and it goes.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome.
That would be awesome. Oh, if only.
Man, I got that book too, Sean. I got Rena's book. I haven't read it yet, but I did get it.
It's pretty good so far. I'm still in the first chapter, but it's been going along nicely.
Yeah, I've been binge watching so many shows that I ain't had much time to read. I need to like put it in here, like when I'm doing this, like I'm at work. I've already did my part, so I'm not having to do nothing. Could be reading at least.
I know, right? Could have been home right now.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. I can't wait to hear Al's story about the freaking him working in an arcade. That's got to be crazy.
I know, right now I want to hear that, especially with the Mortal Kombat.
I can hear Al's mom saying, "Oh, you're off work. Where were you for the other 3 hours? I was still there, spending all my money I made on games."
Hey man, it is crazy, man. But you know what I'm salty about though for the month of May? I'm not really I don't have any books that's coming out for New Comic Book Day this week, even for the independents. I got a few of those on my pool, but the thing that I'm most salty about is Free Comic Book Day.
Oh man,
Right.
Oh, we missed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was rough. Missing it.
Al looks like, hey man, he looks like the Grinch is stole Christmas show.
That free comic book day came and gone, man. And I was sitting with a clenched fist at my sofa, and I'm like, man, that gum coronavirus, like, because you know me, for the free comic book day, I'm not gonna lie, I grab as many of the free comic books as I can, because
Oh, yeah.
I mean, a lot of
You
those
never
books,
know.
like, you never know,
right?
and then on top of that, some of them are really good reads, though.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
and it actually introduces you to new properties and stuff that you might not have never given a chance, but because the books were free, you know, like some of the Aspen stuff, like Lady
Mhm.
Mechanica. I just
That's what I
recently,
was gonna say. That's how I got on Lady Mechanica, and I love that now.
yeah, that stuff, man. I
Yeah,
got
I
like
got
the
that
first
book too.
series.
That's an awesome cover with that
Man, no,
that one.
shoot, that guy, he does some awesome covers, but the story itself is pretty good. And the only way I actually started reading that was through free comic book day. It sucks, man. So
Lady
yeah,
Mechanica is just underrated.
After Spawn, it's my favorite indie.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, it's even like that one that came out a couple years ago, Strangers in Paradise. I would have never actually read that on my own either, and then I read that issue, and I was like, this is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, this sucks with no free comic book day because that's where you
Hey,
get the
Al.
free comics and you get the deals. You know, with the
Yep.
comic book shops having the
Oh yeah,
deals.
yeah. They
Sales,
give you all
yeah.
books because they got you in there. They want you buying something. They don't want you going out of there free. No way.
Exactly. Well, and we're lucky
back
we're
in
able
Al,
to
if you
double
got
up on
Umbrella?
some of them.
Say what now?
Umbrella Academy. Al, you could have got 100 copies of Umbrella Academy. That book went to $100.
Yeah.
Book. When you imagine if you would have said, "Man, just give me a bunch of them. I'll take 50," and then you got 50 at another store, and then the book goes to $100.
Man, like
my goodness.
Hey, you gotta share the wealth, man. Don't grab 50, man.
Hey man, hey when that happens, Al's eyes would have an X in both of them, saying, "These are for X-Men. Every dollar I give."
You know, I would A-okay
Just
some
get
of
your
them.
X-Men
You know,
collection.
I wouldn't keep all of them. I would share the wealth. I mean, if they were
No, I
free, I would A-okay a few of them, you know. But Steve got the right idea, though. I'm like, yeah, this is going to give me X-Men 28. Like, yeah.
Hey,
So,
that's
yeah.
funny though. Yeah, a lot of people can't get them free comic, but they don't have they're not close enough to go anywhere. Like Robert Galvin's like 80 miles from the nearest comic book store. You know, do you really want to go that far to get a comic book? I don't know. You know, I'd have to have some other incentive to drag me that far.
Yeah, there was one day we walked to the comic book store, and by the time we got there, we're like, this wasn't a good idea. We should have just gotten Uber. That last hill we had to go up when we walked to the comic book store because the car was out. It was like, my good lord, we're taking an Uber back home.
Yeah.
Like, I'll spend the money for an Uber. That hill was a little too steep, but like even with the comic book day, it works out because it's like they have that limit to where it's like you can only get like 5 books or whatever per person, and it works out since we go together. It's like, okay, he grabs those ones, I grab these ones. Sometimes we grab the same one, but then we just have that extra one to go out because there was that Ryan Otley Spider-Man one that was signed one year for free comic book day here.
Yeah, that's when Otley was
Yep.
doing the signing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one y'all sent me, right? I think
Yeah.
it was the free comic book day one.
Because
Yeah, that was
Ryan
pretty dope.
Otley's from here. Yeah, he did a bunch of them signed, and so we had to get extras.
That's awesome. I kind of miss having in-store signings. My shop used to have a bunch of them. That's how I met Tony Daniels and what's his name, Jim Chung, the artists and stuff, and a couple others. They haven't had one in a while, but because Jim Chung now is in LA because DC's out there and he works for DC. But I like when you have in-store signings, especially at your LCS. Like when y'all met, was it Jim Lee?
Jimmy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was.
So
Yeah, that
was-
was
That was awesome. Although it's the very first time I had ever gone to a signing, so I didn't realize you need to let the ink dry, and it smeared on like 2 of the books that we got signed that were Batman Damned. We ended up buying extra ones that he had signed and left at the store to, like, for the LCS to sell. Later I just kind of signed a few, but and like we had waited out in the cold because it was like February or something, and so it was freezing, and we were just standing out there. By the time we got in, it like happened all so fast and it was really awesome. And then like he he made me feel better when I smeared the signature. He's like, it just tells a story, you know. You never gotten a book signed before, so you didn't know, and it made me feel
'cause
better
there-
about
I mean,
it.
and
But
there was he signed 4 books, and it was only on one of them, and it wasn't even that bad.
yeah, that too. I'm just a little too hard on myself. But
Yeah.
even with Jim Lee, after it had, because he got there at like 3 or 4, and we didn't get in until 8 or 9, and we had been waiting in line. And so with Jim Lee, on his way out, he went down the line and signed everybody's book that's we're still waiting outside before he left.
Mm.
So the ones that weren't able to make it into the store for the signing, he went down the line and signed all of them before he even left. And that I just thought was very honorable of him. Like,
Because remember, it was just like a random.
we found
like-
out the day before
Yeah,
on
'cause
Facebook.
It was just announced. Yeah, the
Mhm.
night before, because he was just coming into town. Like he has family in town or something, I guess, or
Yeah.
something like that.
That was awesome though.
Yeah.
Getting to meet Jim Lee is an experience, you know.
Mm-hmm.
When I met him, yeah,
Yeah, he is.
But when I met him in 2018, you know, it was at an in-store signing, you know, at Coliseum at Millennium Mall, and you had to buy the card, you know, to say, you know, like a little ticket to go meet him. And he was going to be at MegaCon, but this was like, let me meet him early just in case MegaCon is a bust, because he was only going to be there for one day. So I was like, let me go ahead and meet him, and you know, stood in line. I was chatting it up with a bunch of people on the line. You know, it makes the line go by faster when you're talking with a bunch of other people. You know, and when I got up there, shook his hand, we had a little conversation. He signed that X-Men 1 Magneto cover, and then the Wildcats #1. And it was just an awesome experience, you know. And I got to meet a member of the community who's part of the Comic Book Fiend Club on Instagram. I got to meet him there, you know, and we hung out and we dig through some books and stuff like that. It was a great time, and that was like the prelude to the things to come in 2019 when I met more community members.
Oh yeah.
And I think nowadays I'm more excited to go to these cons to meet with community members, you know, more so than the creators and stuff. I feel like just hanging out with guys like Steve and Hialeah and Javi and stuff, I feel like I get more excitement with that because I get to be with my peers, you know, within the comic book community. So it's so much fun just going around digging for books and just having a blast.
Well, I gotta admit, I still really love that video of when you guys met at the LCS and it was the Infinity Gauntlet. And you're like, Steve was saying he was going to turn Jeff to dust. And that video cracks me up every time. It's so great. Like, that's what we want to save for, to go to a con and be able to meet everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. I said, listen, I don't know if I told you, but I said that to Jeff, and I swear to God, Jeff said, I've got the ring to combat that. I swear to God.
Yeah, the Green Lantern ring.
He had the Green Lantern ring. He said, I'll combat that. I thought I was going to die laughing in the store, man. He'd kill me.
Yeah, man, because Jeff kept making you U-turn.
Yeah, he kept going. It would say left, and Jeff would say, hey, man, go right. I'm like, man, I swear Sean went left. He goes, my GPS says go right, man. We were going the wrong direction. I called Sean. He goes, man, y'all going the wrong way. God damn, Jeff.
Oh, my
God. Because originally we was going to hit 4 shops. Because I wanted to go to a comic shop. Because a comic shop in Winter Park has a little bar. They got a little bar in the back. You know, where they serve sandwiches and beer and stuff like that. So I wanted to end the night there. But, you know, because Steve kept getting U-turned around.
U-turned, getting lost.
And we spent like almost over 3 hours at Sci-Fi City because of those 25-cent bins. I was like, yeah, we ain't gonna make that one.
That'll be for next time.
I was on the Key Collector app with Javi, and man, we were going through those books, man. Any first appearances, man, they're $25. I'd buy 4 or 5. I got a whole box of Spider-Man and stuff. And but anyways, we get to the end, and then Javi looks over. There's a whole nother side. Javi looked at me. I said, man, they'll kill us. They'll kill us. You ain't go down that side because they already had took all our books and totaled them up. My books would have cost, what was it, Sean? $576, and I paid $26 or something because they were a quarter each and something like
I
that.
love those.
But
things.
I think it was less than $500. I think it was been over 100, but it definitely came down to 26.
No, it was.
I mean, come on, man.
It was a whole
$500. For it to be $500, it had to be like $6 a pop.
John, he totaled the price of the book, what it cost. You know, some of them were $5. So he's figuring the, you know what I mean? He added all that up. And then he said, but, you know, you got them for a quarter. So that's where he came up with that number. You know that, right?
I know, but the 500?
Man, did you see how many books I got?
Yeah, you got like 2 short boxes worth of books or something. I mean, Al said in the comment, he's like, I'll go put a pallet on the floor and go to work. You need a pallet.
Yeah, I'll go to work. They're gonna have to pallet this out.
Gotta get
that was a fun day, man.
Yeah, man.
That day.
I love when they have the dollar sales and the quarter bin sales. It's a steal. It really is going and getting all these great books. Like that's how I found that first Catwoman one raw, and I was like, my jaw dropped. I'm like, wait, is this really? I found it for $1.
Yeah.
And
what,
for me,
I know.
Go ahead.
You was always finding books like that.
For me personally, I mean, I like this, you know, hunting for keys and stuff. But the thing that most where I'm like just there like is hunting like those 50 cent, those quarter bins and stuff. I mean, to me, if you are, I mean, you know, everyone has their preferences in collecting comics, but if you collect comics for runs and just off the wall obscure stuff, like there's nothing like 25 cent, 50 cent, 75 cent bins because you can find yourself getting lost. Like you were saying, Sean, that y'all were at that place for 3 hours because of a quarter bin. Dude, I would have been right there with y'all, man. Like serious business, man. That is like, I love that. There's this store up in Atlanta, actually in Decatur, called the Book Nook. And Matt took me to that the first time I went, and they had a quarter bin, which is probably about 10 long boxes. And it was right at the front door. I asked the dude, I said, man, can I have a chair? He's like, sure. And I was at those boxes for a good 2 hours strong. I didn't go nowhere else. I went through those boxes like a fine-tooth comb, man. I love, that's one of the things I really love about comic books, because a lot of times you can find some stuff in there, man. It's just hiding like some serious bangers. Like, oh wow, this is in there. Like, okay. But I love that aspect of comic collecting, man.
For real. Yeah, I do too.
That's where I found one of my ASMs that has She-Hulk on it. That I was shocked to see it in the quarter bin. I'm like, wait, this is a quarter? I love looking in those quarter bins because you never know what's going to be in there. And then sometimes there's even newer stuff where it's like, hey, I didn't have to buy that for cover price. I just had to wait for it to go to the quarter bin.
Yeah, because like our main LCS, they have a lot of good stuff in their quarter bins. The only thing with theirs though is it's not like a lot of them, because it's what, like 5 long boxes maybe,
4 or 5, yeah.
Like 4 or 5, I think.
Yeah.
But our kind of like our second LCS, the other one, they have a lot more.
A lot. Like
we just normally
6 or 12.
look through that one as much though, but I kind of want to start looking through that one a little more. It's because they just kind of have it in a weird spot, you know. It's almost like kind of behind the counter, like even.
What's up, G-Bat?
Thank you.
Hey, Sean, remember, I went in the books you weren't even supposed to go in. I went in some boxes and found some Ghostbusters. And I found the Ghostbusters. The first thing I do is I look, and I see Sean over there. I said, oh boy, wait till Sean finds out there's Ghostbusters in here. So I go over there and I go, I found Ghostbusters. Man, Sean came in there so quick, it knocked me out of the way and said, give me them. He had them all. He put them in the quarter bins.
Nice.
Oh,
that guy didn't care what we did, Sean. That guy was cool as hell in that store.
Oh,
he
yeah.
let us just do anything. He said, just get anything. Well, I don't even care. I had new comic books in there that were like, had $4.99 sticker prices in there. He just quarter. I was like, hell yeah.
That's how I finally started reading Brian Hill's current Batman and the Outsiders run. It's because they had our LCS had the first like 5 in the quarter bin.
There was one Green Lantern Black Star or something like that he found in the quarter bin. He found 1 and 2, and he searched all over and couldn't find 3. Looked everywhere, and then later ends up looking it up, and it's like, oh, that's because issue 3 isn't out yet.
Isn't even out yet.
The first 2 were in the quarter bin. It was like, oh, I couldn't find it. I'm like,
Yeah, so our main LCS, yeah, you'll find some really current stuff in the quarter bin sometimes.
yeah. I think it's just when they have too many, that they order too many.
They
in
just
stock.
ordered it and didn't sell what they expected, I'm sure.
Have you guys got to go to a con in with anybody from the community and met anybody yet, or done any of that? That's
Not yet.
Is it not?
Yeah.
No, that's what we really want to
It's
do,
so
though.
crazy. It's so much different than doing it by yourself. Like, I went by myself years ago a few times. I was like, I'm looking at books, and my daughter and them even dressed up and everything. I'm like, so I'm looking at comic books, and they ain't interested in that. I'm like, man, they're killing my vibe. So I just went down,
We about to be joined by a champion.
Yo,
Drum roll.
Bye.
Yo, Pinky Shack.
The one, the only.
what's up, Puff?
Pinky
What's
Shack.
up, man?
Soldier,
Pinky Shack.
Big Al, homie.
What up, man?
I just
What's up,
woke
Hey,
up.
like
I'm
you,
groggy.
Biggie, I'm in my vehicle today.
Yeah, me and Stone Cold's hanging out, dude. I'm on the passenger side.
Yeah. That shit, that was Biggie.
Yo, great showing on the hunt yesterday, Biggie.
Dude, they're starting to bring straight up one-of-a-kind pieces on that show, man. That show's getting very special, dude. I don't know. I don't even know why I'm on it half the time. That's fucking all them books. Bro, that shit that first edition had was like
Crazy.
like finding four-leaf clover in Mount Everest in a cave or something, bro. That's the stupidest shit. It was a war bond on front of the cover. Like, what?
Yeah.
What is that? I never even heard of that.
It was insane, man.
You don't see that kind of crap. He was showing it, and I was like, oh, it's all right. It's Golden Age. But then he was like the war bond. I was like, oh, my God.
Yeah, he was pulling out bangers. Like Self Animation. He was pulling out bangers and Golden Age books. It was just like, wow. And he was doing it as the Iron Sheik. That made it even better.
I gotta see that, man. I gotta see that. I'm
need to
gonna
see that,
watch
too.
that back.
Dude, yo, Stone Cold, you're not going to see another book like what he showed. Once he showed it to me, I was like, I'd like to see that again. You can only see it on that show. There is no way of finding it.
I'm gonna definitely go
It's
back
crazy.
and watch it. I was watching the Mega Power Hour, but my wife was watching the show with her, and she was on my case to put my phone down and all that shit. So I gotta go back and watch it on my own time.
I know what you mean, Stone Cold. I wake up to it
Animation's
sometimes.
been gaming. Oh
Fuck,
yeah, I know you do, B.
Yeah, Saturday mornings ain't the best for your boy, dude, because I got Power Hour and the hunt. So when I wake up, I get it from both ends usually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's, oh, you ain't streaming today. I had to do that. I'm like, yeah, I know. I had fun. I'm sorry.
Hey, even if you make a cameo appearance, it's all good, man. It's
Yeah,
all
man.
good.
I'm glad I could make it. You guys lasted long enough for me to hop on in here. I love this show, man. Stay Puff always invites me. I think Stay Puff's a close friend. I've been hearing some rustlings in the backgrounds about old Stay Puff. He might be getting a surprise package from somebody.
Oh, I don't know about this. Look, man, you shouldn't have said that, man. You should have left it. Now
Hey,
I
I
don't
don't want
need
to
to.
get your hopes up, bro. It might take a while, but I'm just saying I heard rumors.
Oh man. Oh man. Now I gotta expect the unexpected.
Right. I told him, I said, don't get too excited about Stay Puff having a big reaction. He kind of seems like the guy that he don't like it explode when he sees something, but he really does appreciate everything he gets. He's a really nice guy. Stay Puft's pretty mellow. He's pretty consistent. Like, you know.
Yeah, I don't try and gas myself up a lot, you know, but
you're pretty chill.
Yeah, I appreciate all the love from the community, and I make sure I try and get it back. Like today, I went to the shop just to buy Fuchsia's Green Arrow books that she was on because I know she got a list. So I tried to help her out with it, you know. So that's what the community is for, helping each other out, helping each other find books, send out AOKs and stuff like that. It's all good. It's all fun.
Yeah. Hey, Soldier, dude, Mr. Gretzky was so hype about that AOK he sent you, bro. I probably talked to him for about 20 minutes about just Jaws AOK.
Yeah, that was holy cow.
We got him Metal Man issue 8 that we're going to be sending out to him, and we're going to be looking for a few other of his books. But this is because after Gretzky sent that one to us, we actually found this at our store. So this is going out to Gretzky.
Oh, dude, Metal Man is so cool, dude.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I love is like these AOKs get sent out and it's like, okay, now just let me know what you're hunting for and I'm going to go find everything that I can for you. Because, you know, it's like I've already picked our LCS clean of what I'm looking for. It's so much funner to go to the LCS and be like, I'm looking for this person. I'm looking for this person. Oh, perfect. I found it. Yes, they're going to be so excited. And it's the best. I love looking for
it. I was talking about that book earlier, the book you got me, the Black Hawk.
Oh, yeah, Joe.
I would have never got that book in a million years, never looked for it, and now, like, I want to get that bitch slabbed up because you got it for me. I don't want nothing else to happen to it. And I'm like, damn, this is a good copy.
Oh, you're going to need a higher grade. I'll get you a better one, bro, like an older one.
No, dude, that one's a good grade, dude. I'm going to get it pressed and clean. You'll see.
Yo, Stone Cold.
I'm pressing clean that bitch.
Stone Cold, dude. Man Caves is doing a contest, and he's doing video entries, and you're the only exception to the contest. You don't even have to make a video entry, and you're entered.
Dang.
Yeah. Hey, they tried to. I told them, Biggie, if I got to 1,000 subscribers, I would do a video. So I'm like, you know, I knew that number's not gonna never happen, so I ain't got to do no video. And then Jeff 813 is like, man, I'm gonna put it out there. We're gonna get your ass to 1,000 subscribers. Said,
yeah, man, we need to get Stone Cold to 2,000, dude.
Hey,
imagine this man gets to 1,000 subscribers with no content on his channel.
Hey, I'll get my type 0, Sean. What did you get? They gave me a 0.
Yo, nobody wants to mess with Stone Cold because they got to go through people like me and fucking Dusty and Puff first. So y'all better leave my boy Stone Cold alone, man.
If you have it back, I just tag one of y'all and I'm good. Oh, yeah. You gonna mess with me? Hold on.
Hey, and we all got the strap, so they don't want to go and come at us. NWO, man.
Right.
And I'll don the mask in a minute.
The Macon Mangler.
I'll don the mask in a minute.
In a minute.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, man. That's what we were talking about earlier, Biggie. I don't know if you heard. We were talking about the comic karma. I'm like, everyone's like, oh, Stone Cold, AOK. Man, I've got 2 AOKs from you alone. I got a bunch of stuff I got a bunch of shit from everybody, man. I'm like, I get all kinds of shit. I just don't have a channel to show you all the shit I get.
Yeah,
I
man.
show it on people's stations, other channels, you know.
Yo, Stone Cold's got bangers. Y'all don't know. You do show them on Silver Sundays. I love that show, bro, because Stone Cold has an outlet. That's why I try to hop on there with them as much as I can, because you're not on a bunch of shit. You know what I mean? Like, Silver Sundays is a really cool show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Silver Sunday's fun. You get to show some cool books, some shit you got, you know, or something you obtain. Like, I got a sweet book I'm going to show tomorrow. I would have showed it the damn day, but I goddamn got called out. I'm at work right now, Biggie.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm supposed to be running around too, man. I'm probably going to start driving. You're fucking working though, Stone Cold. You're a beast, bro.
Yeah, dude. I'm at work. I did all my hard work at the beginning so I could make sure I could at least hop on the show for a little bit. I've been on 2.5 hours.
Yeah,
my
he-
brother's up there, so my brother's up there working. He called me if he needs me. He told me I'll call you. You're good.
we gonna have to get Big Al on the Silver Age Sunday so we can make that Silver Age Sunday appearance.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I want to get him
Yeah.
and Big Remo on there, man. I want to get.
Oh
both
yeah,
of them on there.
we need to get Big Remo on there too.
Hey, only a couple people have streamed with Remo.
Man, when I saw him on Bake the Snake NFL draft
Yeah.
video with you, I was like, holy shit, that
me
Big
and
Remo?
Bacon and Remo. Man, Remo knows. Man, he knows all kinds. He knows shit about just like y'all, wrestling, comics, football, he knew everything. I said, man, it's like I know Remo and goddamn Al and Shaw. I know y'all my whole life.
Yeah,
Like, y'all
we
did the
talk.
same shit. We were just doing it at different places.
Yeah, we talked sports earlier, and I'm looking at his comments like the Browns or the Clippers or the pre-Steve Baldwin. Hey, who stuck the Knicks or the Browns of basketball, man?
That's probably Matt.
Oh, he killed me with that line, man.
Yeah,
It's like, God damn, we don't fall so far.
hey, the Browns got a strong fan base, man. You can't tell them dudes.
Oh
nothing.
my God, dude! I live in Ohio, bro. They're the most dedicated fucking fans on the planet. They have the shittiest team in the history of fucking sports. It's like, dude, and then the games are close. The games are close, and they always fucking lose, bro. I gotta give credit to Browns fans, man. They've been through so much shit. Fucking
Yeah.
got their team stolen
Hey,
from them.
Hey, Biggie, you gotta love the dog pound. Them fucking dudes show up every week talking shit
Yeah.
in the dog pound.
Yeah.
Every
I would be more scared of Dog Pound than the Raiders. I know Lucha Libre wasn't like that, but fucking Dog Pound, dude, shit, dog. You better watch out, man.
I'm surprised Raider fans ain't riot for them just leaving Oakland again.
No lie, I'm surprised.
Oh, go to
Yo,
Vegas.
dudes, I gotta roll out, man. I'm gonna go up there. I've been going a while. I'm gonna go check in with these fellas, but had a great time. Al, Biggie, of course, Sean, every week. And if y'all get a chance, man, pop up on Silver Age Sunday tomorrow, man. We rotate in and out. You know how we do it.
Yep.
I'm up, dude. I'll try.
Javi will send that link out, pow, with quickness.
Yeah, he will.
He got his Conan book finally, Biggie. And Sean, he got his Conan book from Hialeah. He's been holding it.
Oh,
He went and got his Conan and his Justice Society book, the Enchantress book. So he got him finally from Hialeah. I said, Hialeah got your shit. He's showing Raw and Slab with your book.
Yeah.
Like what?
So we know what he gonna show on tomorrow.
oh yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna probably pop that out. I got a good book I'm gonna show. I'll keep it a surprise, but it's a pretty sweet book. It's the first appearance of a key character.
Biggie, man,
And Sean has mentioned this book today one time.
one time. God damn it, I was right.
You mentioned this book, this particular book one time. You said it one time today. The only time it's been said. But I'm not telling you no more.
You're so cold. You get your ass back to work, dude. They ain't gonna be calling my boy Stone Cold lazy, man. You better get out there and show them what's up.
Oh no, I did a bunch of work this morning. I did a lot of the hard work early, but I'm gonna go make my appearance back up top and see what's happening. All right,
Alright,
fellas,
man.
y'all be good, be safe, and I'll see y'all in the chat.
Later, dude.
Yo, man, Stone Cold something else, man.
He's the fucking best, dude. I love Stone Cold, man.
Yeah, and if you ever want to be on Silver Age Sundays, man, we always let you on the show, man. You know how it is.
Appreciate it, man. I got a few Silver Age X-Men book I can show. Matter of fact, I can show that last one that I got. That'd be cool.
Sweet. If they send me the link, I'll send it to you so you can jump on in tomorrow if you're available.
That's cool. That
Yeah.
won't work.
But yeah, it's been a blast as always, man. Like Biggie says, man, I enjoy doing these shows just for having people pop in. I'll have one main topic, and then we'll just go off the rails and just talk anything afterwards. You know, sports will come up. You know, movies, comics, whatever. You know, it ain't something that I like to just stick to topics and stuff like that. I like to have one main topic, and then we just shoot the shit and just have fun talking. You know, I think that's what this show is all about. It's all about chatting with each other.
Yeah, it's nice to have a show you can have on a weekly basis and people show up and hang out. You know, I need to do more of that. I kind of just do streams by myself, but it's cool how you got Stone Cold and you have other people on.
But Biggie, that's what makes you unique. You just do random live streams in supermarkets, at the gas station.
Yeah,
It's like I said, a day in the life of Biggie Shaq. You know, that's what those.
I've been trying to lay off of that a little bit, Puff, because I thought that if I did it, more people would, but I feel like I'm the only asshole that still does it. Like, who else goes and gets a Little Caesar pizza 3 times a week on their YouTube channel? Fucking nobody does that, bro. It's stupid. I got chill, bro.
It does make you different. It makes you stand out. You know, that's why I like that title, "A Day in the Life of Biggie Shaq," because it's like you're following what Biggie Shaq does. He go get some pizza, he go gas up, he goes to the store and stuff. It's like,
yeah, that's what I'm
though.
trying to do is like be transparent, like try to really get to know me, like besides just on the YouTube stuff. But I find myself, I took a break last week because I just got brought down. I mean, I've been putting too much into it, like watching and trying to keep up, and it could bring you down. They suggest you take breaks off of YouTube to actually tell you.
That's why I took that 1 week off the week prior, because I was like, man, I just need a break. You know,
you'll burn yourself out, bro.
And I don't even do much, but between working and watching other videos and trying to catch up and stuff, and then trying to read books to catch up. Yeah, I was like, I'm just gonna take this Saturday off.
There's so much content, dude. There's shows on top of shows now, so it's not like it used to be. You used to be able to keep up with about everything. Now it's impossible because you got like 10, 12 shows a day and hours of content. So you're gonna miss stuff, bro. There's no way around it.
I'll try and catch up when I can.
Yeah.
But other than that, I still love the community. I enjoy all the videos that I do be able to watch and interacting with people and stuff like that. And I just it's almost like I just want to get through the week, watch the shows I can, and get to the weekend so I can do my show. And like I said, I have a show on that doesn't be on top of somebody else's show. That's why I know Saturday nights is usually Rod be on, sometime Married with Issues be on, and stuff like that. So I don't want to be on top of somebody else.
Yeah, it's a good slot you got.
Yeah. The weekend is crazy with the amount of streams. Yep. That's for real. But I want to come back on the Mega Power Hour, and I want to do a show with you and 84, and I gotta get Al and Matt and Xavier and Larry, and we all just talking wrestling. I want to hear Larry talk about why Shawn Michaels is the greatest of all time in his book.
Jeez.
that shit killed me every time Larry talk about Shawn Michaels. I was like, come on now.
I just found out that 90 loved Ric Flair so much. I had no idea 90 loved Ric Flair as much as he did.
I think everybody loved Ric Flair.
Yeah, well, 90 was like damn near ready to do a fist fight with me last night because I said Hogan was a bigger draw than Flair. And he was like, he's a better wrestler, Biggie. Even Hulk Hogan said it himself. You don't know anything about wrestling.
Look what Hialeah said. Hialeah said greatest technical wrestler is Hogan.
Yeah, that's what 90 was fucking with me. He was like, Hulk Hogan ain't a technical wrestler.
Let me. Yeah, I'm gonna call you back. Man, if Hulk Hogan's the technical wrestler, then I'm an 8th mage warlock. Cause
see, I don't even like the wrestling part though, Dusty. I like the part where Hogan just looks at the crowd and he goes, You know, all the like facial expressions, like he does the hair pop with no hair. He hulks up on him. That ain't wrestling. None of it's wrestling, but that's my favorite shit. You know, like
it's the theatrics that Hogan does.
Yeah, he has charisma in spades, and that's the reason why he was where he was, that in his eyes. But I mean,
the eyes, yeah.
For technical prowess and wrestling ability, nah.
Right. You know, he was trained by real tough wrestlers, though.
Yeah.
I'll say this: if you watch his Japan work, it's far different from what his American work is.
I think Sterling Golden,
it's pretty stiff. You're right.
Yeah, when he was Sterling Golden, because that Japanese style was more of a stiff style. But once he actually fell under the clutches of Vince McMahon, it was a wrap.
Yeah, because he took the character over the wrestling ability.
Mm-hmm. But you know what? The same could be said for Lex Luger. When Lex Luger first started, man, Lex Luger, when he was wrestling on WCW like Saturday nights and stuff, that dude had a little skill. But then, you know, once he actually got more popular and, you know, it was more, they were selling his physique than anything, then that's when he actually stopped dropping, you know, his moveset diminished considerably too. But Lex Luger was a pretty good wrestler when he first started.
Lex Luger got over because of his look and his physique.
Exactly.
Now I feel like watching the Horseman DVD. For some reason, I love that documentary on the Horseman.
Let me ask you a question. Does that documentary have that feud that they had with Dusty Rhodes where they tied him to that
Dude,
make it good.
The NWA is starting to be my favorite wrestling to watch, dude. I was watching Dusty Rhodes versus Ric Flair when Dusty Rhodes won the third time, and the way they came out to like real music, and they had a hell of a roster. Rock and Roll Express was on fire. Magnum TA, you know, they were just killing shit back then, bro. And I feel like I missed out on. I'm gonna start watching more NWA.
Man,
I was the same way, Biggie. Like by the time I started watching more NWA was after WCW died and WWE brought up the rights, and then you know I started watching some old NWA tapes that my uncle had, and I was like, man, this feels more real. It feels more.
It was good.
Like the storylines were serious. It wasn't cartoonish like WWF.
Man, anything with Harley Race, Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes, Ole and Gene or Ole and Arn Anderson, anything in that
oh my god
era, dude, that was some good stuff, bro.
Yo, the matches were like 10 seconds too. I saw 4 matches in a row, and it was like 10-second matches, dude. I was like, damn, all the squash match. I couldn't believe it. Like that's the way wrestling was back then, though. You got hit with the finisher, you're done.
Hialeah Dusty is one of my favorite wrestlers, man. That dude. He had charisma. He had mic work. He had, you know, for a guy his size, he could actually get around in the ring too, man. He had all the tools, man, to be a consummate professional wrestler, man. I hate it. I ain't gonna lie, man. I shed a tear when I found out he passed away. But yeah, that dude right there, man, he was definitely one of my favorites growing up.
It's funny because my first experience with Dusty was the polka dot era. When he was in the WWF.
And see, that's the thing where I ain't gonna lie to you, man, Sean. I hate it because you know I grew up in the South, so we grew up watching NWA. Mm-hmm. So I knew who Harley Race and Ric Flair, Austin Idol, the Junkyard Dog before he even went to the WWF. All them cats, man. And then when they finally brought him over, you know, that was the gimmick laden era of the WWF where everybody had to have a gimmick, and it was a stupid gimmick like Dirk the Dumpster Droz or whatever his name was. And, I mean, come on, man, the Repo Man and the Mountie and what is the Minotaur? And I'm like, come on, dude, like everybody has.
I seen the video of the Goon.
Everybody has some old lame ass gimmick, man. Like, come on, man.
Harley Race came in the WWF as King Harley,
right? And he didn't need that, man, because Harley Race was a low down SOB, man. He was dirty, But everybody had to have that gimmick, man. I hated WWF for that, man. Really.
You know who's I tell you the promos I love the most. I hope y'all could help me with his real name though. The Boogie Woogie Man,
Jimmy Valiant.
Jimmy Valiant is so fucking talented, bro. Like his promos. I saw him talking about like somebody trying to give him money and dirty money, and
I know you talking about.
The dude is just so talented, bro. Like I think Hogan emulated him more than what people think.
Oh yeah, Jimmy Valiant, man, Ron Garvin, all those dudes, man.
Ron Garvin.
Man, the man with the hands of stone, man. That might be on that video, that DVD too, man. When the Four Horsemen Ric Flair feuded with him and broke his hand because his finisher was when he hit people and he knocked them out. So
he really had hands of stone.
Yeah, they broke his hand. They broke his punching hand, man.
And they talked about how Ric Flair and the Horsemen beat up the Rock and Roll Express, grinded Ricky Morton's face into the concrete floor. Oh man. I feel like watching that shit. I love, especially the build up to the first War Games with the Legion of Doom, the Road Warriors and stuff. I was like, God, that shit was intense, man.
All that stuff, man, was classic, man. Anytime any of them jokers, man, especially now the feud with the Rock and Roll Express and the Midnight Express. Oh my God, man, when Jim Cornette had that loaded tennis racket.
Yo, it felt like it was like they were legit superstars because even just the music, like that was new at the time, and they was playing like real mainstream music. It wasn't like it is now with the copyrights,
Yep.
So they felt like real celebrities almost at that point.
Yeah, man, that to me. They could show all the footage of 80s wrestlers boxing and people like, oh, that's what y'all want to go back to? I'm like, who wants to see all this high flying nonsense? This no selling, kick out of every move shit. Like today's wrestling, I occasionally watch it, but it's not when I was glued to the TV like I was back in the day.
It's a watered down product, man, and now they push the whole aspect of entertainment more so than anything, because back in especially the 70s and the 80s and the early 90s, man, it was all about kayfabe, and regardless of what you did, you never broke kayfabe. When you're out in the public and a fan saw you, if your persona was a nasty, dirty, low-down individual, that's the persona that you're supposed to, portray when you were out in public, man.
Have you been watching The Dark Side of the Ring?
You know what? I watched the first one. Well, actually, I watched a few of them. I watched the one with Elizabeth and Macho Man, which that was excellent. And then I watched the Chris Benoit one, and it was another one. I can't remember what that was, but I've seen 3 of them so far.
I watched the one. Remember Dr. D, David Schultz?
Yeah, Dr. D.
They did him.
Yeah.
Where he slapped that reporter who asked him, "Oh, wrestling's fake." He's like,
John.
Yeah, that piece of shit. He's still a piece of shit even when they interviewed him on Dark Side. I'm like, look at this son of a bitch. Somebody even missed. When I was watching that, I'm like, look at this Geraldo Rivera looking motherfucker. Then as the show go on, when Dr. D showed up as a bounty hunter, the dude said, "Oh, shoot, it's the guy who smacked Geraldo Rivera." And I was like, damn, bro. Man.
They're going to do Owen Hart.
Yeah, he's the finale.
I can't believe it, bro. They don't really have much content on that.
Well, shoot, they show on all the content of all the promotions, so they're pretty much going to talk about the lead up to that whole situation and the aftermath.
Yeah, you can't even find like real video footage of the fall. Like
I don't even know if I want to see it, man.
It's really sad, bro. That's a soft spot for me too, man.
Yeah, I don't even want to see the fall. Like, if they do have it, I hope they don't show it, because that's not something I want to see.
No, I don't. I mean,
and can you imagine if something like that happened in this era with everybody having their cell phones recording shit?
it kind of reminds me of how when Steve Irwin died. Like I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it, but I don't want to believe it until I see it either. You know what I mean? Like it's hard for me to grasp Owen Hart dying from that. I just felt like he had such a big heart, man. Like he was one of the guys that stuck up for people in the back, you know. Like Owen Hart was an unsung hero in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like Jake the Snake or Rowdy Piper, you know.
Yep.
Yeah, that's between Benoit and Owen. That's gonna be tough to watch because the Benoit one, that was hard.
Bro, did you see the UWF one where the guy that owned it, they found him dead with a bunch of Vaseline and cocaine on his body, naked? Did you see that one?
Ooh.
I saw it, man.
That shit's crazy, bro. Not many people I know have said they've seen it, man. I don't even know what to think about all that.
What about the one with Dino Bravo when he was assassinated in his own home, shot in the head 7 times?
Yeah, it's very fascinating, dude. He was actually related to real gangsters from
the mafia.
Yeah, like straight up mafia.
He worked for them after his WWF time ended.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Who would have thought that pushing cigarettes would kill you? You know, he was making so much money off of pushing cigarettes or some shit.
Yeah, it was the cigarettes.
Yeah. You would never think that would be that dangerous, but I think just being a big, overgrown, muscle-bound dude like him, when you're involved in like gangster stuff, dude, you got a target on your back.
Yeah.
You know,
because he was muscle.
Yeah, he was a real legit could hurt you dude. So, you know, somebody's probably going to want to try to hurt you. Like, yo,
I really felt for the family. You know, the mother and the daughter that walked in that house and saw that was tough. And just hearing them talk about it now is like these truly are the dark side of the ring with these stories.
Man, 7 times in the head though, man. I mean, they really hated him or something because one time in the head with a high caliber gun is gonna do the trick. 7 times?
He got shot 3 more times too. This is like 10 total shots.
Dang.
Who would have thought Canada had that many gangs?
Well, when they said
Like
that the mafia in New York went up to Montreal, so that was a huge hotspot for the mafia.
Wow.
Yeah, it's on YouTube, man. Check it out if you want to feel depressed.
You know what? I watched the Macho Man and Chris Benoit, both of those in the same day, man, and I'm like, you know, but you know it's crazy because I like that series. One of my brothers, Macho Man, is his favorite wrestler, and that documentary actually shed a whole lot of light because I thought Macho Man was just crazy. I thought he was just possessive. I didn't know he was that protective over Elizabeth. You know what I'm saying? So it's some good stuff, man. There's quite a few of them I need to watch. So.
You know, the one episode I had no interest before it premiered was the Brawl for All one. Then I watched it, and I was like, "Damn, man, I felt bad for Bart Gunn and how dirty they did him. They did him dirty, man."
Yeah, I don't know if they done him dirty, but they done everybody dirty just because everybody got hurt. The whole thing is, though, is at that time that was the way the culture was. They wanted to see there was celebrity fighting, there was, you know, every type of fighting you could think of. So it's not really that shocking that wrestling said, "All right, we're going to do it for real. We're going to let him do a tough man."
No, that was Vince Russo, man. He was in the video saying that I want to see it do it just because Bradshaw was talking shit about being tough.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a good idea. Everybody says it was bad, but I mean, whenever you're creating like wrestling content, I'm sure they went down every rabbit hole you can think of. You know, like anything new is cool to me.
I just thought it was highly entertaining because Jim Cornette, that man can yell his mouth off, and he was just tearing Vince Russo apart like he always do.
The one,
Yeah.
the Montreal Screwjob one, man.
Oh man,
God, he hates Vince Russo.
He wants to piss on his grave. He says he's going to outlive him, and when he dies, he's going to piss on his grave.
He's gonna get his wife to wheel him to the gravesite
Yep.
so he can piss on his grave. Like,
He's serious. I don't doubt him, bro. I think he's going to do that.
he hates Russo, man. Like, Jesus.
I don't know why he has that much hatred. I don't think Russo was the plague of the earth or nothing, but you know, Cornette's a little flamboyant. He also got in trouble recently for some racist stuff he said. So
Oh wow.
yeah, the
you gotta
NWA
watch
Power.
old Corny. Old Corny gets a little Kentuckian on us sometimes.
Yo, he was the one that told New Jack to go out there and beat New Jack. Yo, you see the New Jack episode?
Nah, I ain't seen that one.
Oh,
Yo, you
that's
gotta
the
watch
best
that.
one.
You gotta watch that.
Yo, New Jack, his mind, dude. The thing that stuck out about it, Dusty, was it was about his parents.
Mm.
His dad shot his mom, I think, is the way it went. Like he just straight up shot her in front of New Jack and left or some shit. It's very dramatic. So
Wow.
it explains a lot. You know, it's really. And then there was this midget wrestler on, dude. That was the high point for me. That little midget wrestler guy was hilarious, dude. I love that little guy.
Yeah, but New Jack was crazy. I mean, the promos he was saying in Smoky Mountain Wrestling, with the OJ thing, and he like, yo, OJ, props to you, man. That's one less white person and two less white person than you. Yeah, he said that.
He was
Look it
saying
up.
some crazy shit. How do you
Look
live
it
in
up.
real life when that's your alter ego? You're New Jack. How do you adjust? You know, it's got to be tough, bro.
And then when he fought Vic Grimes on the scaffold match, he tased him and he's gonna throw him off. He's like, New Jack, I can't feel my legs. I'm like, so what? You ain't gonna need him anyway. Bombs away.
Yeah. Yo, New Jack does not care, bro. I love that guy.
Man.
We wanted to kill him. He was trying to kill him. He said, I tried to throw him over the tables. He said, I hoped he fell outside of the ring. I was like, God damn it, New Jack, what the fuck, bro?
And then the whole thing was 70-something-year-old Gypsy Joe. I was like, God, just stop it, man. New Jack is something else, man. He is something else.
It's sad that he never got his shine, bro. The thing that kills me about Owen Hart, bro, the thing that I always think of is Stone Cold was a pretty good technical wrestler before Owen Hart broke his neck.
Yeah.
And then Stone Cold got over with basically brawling skills. Like he just brawled. But I feel like we missed a lot of content because if Owen Hart would have lived, he was the guy that broke Stone Cold's neck. There was heat there the whole time, right before he died. Like he made fun of it. He's like, I broke your neck, you know. Dude, I think Owen Hart would have got a big push. I think he might have actually surpassed Brett just because Stone Cold was so white hot.
You know what I hated what they did with Owen was when they brought him back after the screw job, and you think he's gonna get a feud with Shawn Michaels. They blow it off in like 2 weeks, and then he's back in the mid card fighting Triple H, and then getting punked by Triple H. I was like, come on now, you gonna bring Owen Hart back, and he's hot. He's hot babyface with already this storyline built in that his brother was screwed over, and that he's coming to defend his honor against Shawn Michaels, and then they just demote him to a mid-card feud with Triple H just to make Triple H look good.
Yep.
That's stupid. They totally mishandled his talent, bro. Put him in the Blue Blazer gimmick. He could have been a top. He could have been a top character for sure. For sure.
I mean, that could be said like for a whole bunch of people. I think they misused Rick Rude. Now, Rick Rude should have been WWE champion at some point, man.
He could have been, yeah.
No,
he was a great NWA champion. It was perfect.
And they completely botched Vader.
Oh my God, yeah.
I can't stand watching that Vader Shawn Michaels match. because Shawn Michaels acting like a bitch.
I
That's
want
why.
to. I want to see a Dark Side of the Ring with Arn Anderson and Sid Vicious with the scissors.
Oh,
Now,
that
that'd be good.
That would be a good episode.
I was watching that episode of Nitro where he destroyed his leg, man. Like watching that live on TV, man, was like,
and they kept replaying it. I was like,
Yo.
what the fuck y'all doing?
man, I turned it off. Like, man, I don't even want to watch wrestling no more the rest of the night, man. 'cause-
Yeah, I caught that shit live too, man. That shit was pretty extreme.
So
If he didn't have a big wrestling boot on, it would have been uglier.
yes.
I'm talking about actually seeing the bone pop out, like
Yes.
that Kevin Ware kid. I watched that live.
Oh.
Like
Yeah.
I can't take that.
Mhm.
He had no business on the top rope anyway. He's a big, damn near 400-pound, 7-foot dude. Like, I think I can't remember who told him to do that, but whoever told him to do that was a dummy.
Probably Russo.
I think it was.
Russo was gone by that point.
I think it was either Ole or Arn. I think Ole or Arn told him.
I just said that, man. Everything is shifted on Russo anyway. So yeah, he did it.
Yeah, but yeah, I put that in the wrestling group chat. I like watch at your own risk. But yeah, it's good to see Sid on Instagram.
He's on Instagram?
Yeah, Sid's on Instagram. He just started his Instagram account like last month.
Oh, that's dope.
Like the
Sid was
master.
one of the- Go ahead,
What?
I'm sorry.
Go ahead,
No,
go ahead.
I was gonna say he was one of the best big men back in the day, though.
The thing I think about with Sid Vicious is when he shit his pants against Undertaker.
Oh yeah.
One
He
thing
had
about Sid, I wouldn't say he's the best because man, that match with Hogan at WrestleMania sucked. Like I can't watch that match, and the match with Undertaker wasn't any better.
No,
But the one thing about Sid is that he had that intense look, you know, that look that made him attract as a special attractant, and you know he had that intensity about him, that charisma that you couldn't take your eyes off him when he go in there and destroy a jobber.
Right.
You know, that shit looks epic.
when do you think his top run was, Buff? When do you think he was at his hottest?
When he beat Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, I think that right before Undertaker in the pay-per-view, he was probably when he was Psycho Sid and they had to all that stuff, and I felt like he was pretty hot right then. But once he had that pay-per-view match, dude, it was like burn.
When he beat Shawn Michaels, because I know I was watching that pay-per-view and I was cheering for Sid because you know I can't stand Shawn Michaels, especially in that era. I could not get over Shawn beating Bret Hart, and I'm a big Bret Hart mark. So I was like, yo, Sid, take the belt off this scrawny motherfucker.
Yeah, I feel you, bro. I think that you're right. That was probably his greatest achievement. I can't think of a match that I was like, damn, that was a great Sid Vicious match, though, is the problem. Like, you usually could do that. That's a thing that I think Bret Hart was talking about Triple H. Like, he said, I love Triple H and everything, but I can't think of the match. I think Triple H's best match was against The
Rock and Austin. Let's be real.
it was a triple threat, and it was just because they got him through it.
Triple H's problem is that he liked to have these long, drawn out, boring matches. It doesn't make nobody look good but himself.
I don't think he ever really got himself over besides that Benoit and Rock match. Was it Benoit and Rock? I think it was Benoit and Shawn Michaels and Triple H.
Yeah, the triple threat.
Yeah,
the WrestleMania 20.
That was my favorite Triple H match, and he didn't really even do nothing. It was mainly the other guys.
All he did was bleed.
Yeah,
but yeah, I just like Triple H. He's not the type of guy that you're guaranteed snowflake matches. You know, the 5-star matches.
No,
Ric Flair will make anybody look good. He'll take a fucking jobber. He'll take the Brooklyn Brawler and make Brooklyn Brawler look like a world beater. But as Triple H, he ain't gonna make nobody look good. I mean, look what he did to Booker T at WrestleMania.
True. Yeah, it's too easy for him, bro. I think that we look at him in a different perspective too, because we know that he's connected to the family and he gets over. And if he would have been smart, he would have let Sting beat him.
Oh, I think we talked about that before, right, Al? That whole Sting situation.
Man,
He would have looked better letting Sting beat him than winning. He missed an opportunity there, I think.
Triple
that was like ego stroking on his part.
It was.
And Vince.
It was definitely
And Vince.
WWF wins. That's all it was. That's all it was.
Triple H is one of those wrestlers, man, that got over on account of somebody else.
Yep.
I ain't never really seen Triple H actually put in the work like a Stone Cold or hell, even Mick Foley. I've never seen him put in the actual work to get to the status that he's at right now, man.
And let's start with that. Mick Foley was the first major feud that he had that really elevated him.
Yep.
And then it was The Rock and oh shit.
What the hell?
Got that pizza.
Oh my god, I'm hungry too. But
I always try to show the pizza when I get it, bro. That looked like a good one.
oh yeah.
Yo, $6.
Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, hell no. $6 is money.
Yeah,
You
man.
can spend $25 on a pizza. It won't be that good.
But Triple H got over because of Mick Foley, The Rock, and Stone Cold Steve Austin. Those were his three biggest feuds.
Yep.
And you look at it, without those three guys, he would have never achieved nothing.
Wouldn't. I've always stuck to my guns. It's Triple H has never impressed me as a wrestler. I mean, he's decent on the mic. He has okay wrestling abilities, but in terms of him, as far as his status, as far as a major superstar, I don't see it. Shawn Michaels actually helped him out a lot too. That road with DX, because by himself, Triple H has never been entertaining to me.
I tell you, I think that the biggest sentimental it's got to be a top 3 WrestleMania moment for me was whenever Benoit and Eddie Guerrero both won the heavyweight championships. I thought that was about as Daniel Bryan and the Yes Movement was a big one. And that one, and maybe when Hogan beat Andre, is like my top 3. But sometimes you get them moments in WrestleMania where the fans actually get what they want, and that's what I like about the Benoit and the
that Benoit and Eddie Guerrero would have been so special had in
I thought
2007 never happened.
Yo, Eddie Guerrero with the lie, cheat, and steal gimmick was so over, bro. That shit was so money. I loved it, dude. And he was having so much fun with it.
And this is the thing. When you look at those particular type of gimmicks, by Vince McMahon standards, Eddie Guerrero wasn't what you considered the quintessential, like the ideal champion. You get what I'm saying? He wasn't. Right. I don't think Eddie Guerrero was no taller than 6 feet. If not, he was cutting right at 6 feet, 200 pounds, maybe, give or take a few pounds. He's Latino, but I mean, it was just, he had what it took to get to where he was, man. And see, that's the thing that I'm talking about. The difference between him and somebody like Triple H is that he earned that right to be where he was as a multiple WWE champion, whereas Triple H did not. I don't see it, man. You bring me his body of work from the time he was terrorizing in the WCW to the Blue Bloods and all that kind of crap. I don't see it, man. I don't see it. I just, I respect him for what he does, but as far as just me putting him in any type of top 10, it'd be like my top 10 least favorite wrestlers. He will go into that, but yeah.
And you know what was worse was when I was getting so sick of the Triple H era, from 2002 to 2005. I found TNA, and I was like, oh shit, AJ Styles and all these other wrestlers. But then you got a Triple H copy and Jeff freaking Jarrett just doing the same shit that Triple H was doing. And I put it in the wrestling group chat about Monty Brown, and I was like, yo, they completely underused Monty Brown. Yep. That dude had charisma. His promos was off the chain, and he had a killer finisher.
He had the athletic prowess, the whole nine, man. I was pissed off with that because his character just languished, man. And then I think during that particular time, I can't remember who was the champion at that time, but I want to say it was nobody from WCW. I can't remember. But you're right. That Monty Brown was he was slept on some series. And then when he went to WWE, they just trashed him even more.
Bro, about shit my pants, Puff, dude. Let me show you what I'm dealing with, bro. I pull up and I don't see my old classic 70-olds Cutlass, bro. This is what I see. Right? I see the white car. Y'all see that?
Mm-hmm.
There's a white car and a Suburban, right? And I'm walking up. I'm like, dude, they towed my car. They towed my car, dude. I was about to shit, bro. And I get all the way up here. And there it is.
Lucky you, man.
Jesus Christ, dude. I was about to shit. Man. I'm gonna have to move it a little bit so they don't fuck with it. It looked like it was gone.
Yeah, now you definitely gonna move it now. just for the fear factor of it might be gone the next time.
Oh my God, bro. I was like, I just left and saw it. How did they tow it that fast? How did Melody not know? Oh God. I've went through it before though, where you have to pick up a tow car. It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, it's no joke.
Anyway, sorry to disinterrupt you, but yeah, like if you could barely pull it out, man, it's like from here, that it don't look like there's any room for a car. It looks like both the cars are like front to front. It's a weird perspective.
Oh, it's there, so that's a good thing.
It's there. Thank God.
All right, guys, it's almost 6 o'clock, and this is probably the first long episode I had in a long time. But hey, man, we definitely gonna need to do another wrestling episode, man, because that conversation could go longer. You know, we was just about to go deep into TNA and their bullshit. Because I was into TNA before they start fucking up.
Bro, they screwed over Elix Skipper. I thought he was gonna go over there and do something.
Oh man, that cage match between Triple X and America's Most Wanted. Bro, I watched that match so many times.
Dude.
That was one of my favorite matches.
The X Division was fun.
Super fun.
Yeah, they did cool stuff in X Division.
Hey, like I said, go ahead.
They had all types of legends in that show, man. Wasn't CM Punk in TNA for? Am I tripping? Or that's Ring of Honor?
He was in TNA for a little bit.
Yeah. Even CM Punk was there.
Yeah, he was there, like more like doing the jobber role.
Yeah.
And I remember when I got into Ring of Honor with Samoa Joe as the champion, and him and CM Punk had those hour-long battles, and then Homicide and the Rottweilers. I was like, oh man, like why the fuck have I been watching WWE and they've been just disappointing me left and right? Fucking Eddie Guerrero was the champion. They put the belt on JBL. I was like, I'm done. I'm done. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's another show for another time. I will get Matt. I want Matt and Larry. I'm gonna have Biggie in '84, and we just gonna have a wrestling battle royale.
That sounds good to me, dude. I'm always down. If I'm awake.
Dude.
Yeah.
That dude's a diehard Shawn Michaels fan.
Yeah, I'm a diehard Shawn Michaels fan, though, Puff. That's a good point.
I'll believe it when I see you come out with the HBK gear on.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen.
You be playing sexy boy.
Yeah, old sexy boy like to flop his wiener out a little too much for my taste.
Oh man, but
Dude,
yeah,
if you watch like early incarnations of HBK, he would definitely like pull his pants down a little bit, and I was just like, ugh, what a nasty, dirty low life. Like, Jesus Christ.
Low life.
well, he is a degenerate by fault. So
Oh my God. No, I want to thank you for having me on, dude. This is a great show, bro. You and Stone Cold hanging out. Dusty is the motherfucking man, dude. Both y'all, top of the notch wrestling IQs. I already know I'm in with good friends when we start talking wrestling because y'all know your shit. And I'm gonna go in here and eat this pizza. I'm gonna let y'all go, man. But I'll try to hop on next week too.
yeah, man, it'd be great to have you on next week. And
Later,
thanks,
Dusty,
Buck.
brother. Later, Puff.
Later, man. It was great having you on. Even it doesn't matter what time you come on because we still on now. So
Yeah.
once we get into the deep groove of the conversations, but we're gonna be on for a while. And that's why I want to end it because I was like, if we keep talking wrestling, it's gonna be another hour or something like that.
Right.
And we only got 3 viewers, so obviously your wrestling took people away.
Hey man, it is what it is. I enjoyed the conversation though.
Yeah, man, that's all that matters is the conversation and just having fun.
Yeah.
But I want to thank everybody that showed up in the chat. You know, had Hilaire, Hero and the Kids, Animation, G-Back, everybody that showed up in the chat. Anybody who catches the replay, I hope you enjoyed the show. You know, hope you share it. And we'll be back next week. I know tomorrow I'll be on Silver Sunday with Javi and the crew, hoping that we can get old Al to join us. And we'll definitely be back next week. I'll have a topic in mind. I'm probably going to do another sword and sorcery, but I might not take a break from that. And anyway, that's Al. This your boy Sean, aka Stay Puft 1983, signing out. Enjoy your weekend, everybody, and be safe.